There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ready to Roll this holiday season. That's almost over. We're almost done with the wretched year that has been 2020, and yeah, so we're all excited to be back. Um, cool. One thing before we started that I wanted to just mention briefly was that over on Stay at Home DM, so Lydia's channel, they are going to be doing a one shot on Monday. Luke and Lydia will both be participating. So go support them over there. It'll be at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's 8 p.m. Eastern, right?
It ends up being closer like 8:15 that we go live.
Okay, yeah. So
Because
there you go.
we're a little slow.
You're all good. It's all good. Perfect. So yeah, go watch them on Monday if you enjoy seeing more D&D content. Yeah. And so with that, we will have Mike give us the recap of what happened last time.
Last time on Ready to Roll, we ended up going into the city. At first, it was merely Artyom, Corvette, Pyotr, Drith, and Jelania. Not merely, I guess. It was only them. They ended up splitting the party with Artyom, Drith, and Jelania going to the cathedral to talk to the archbishop, or the patriarch. While there, they talked to first a regular bishop who was not very nice, and at least Artyom, if not Drith and Jelania, all had beef with him for various reasons. Artyom almost started a crusade in the chapel against him, thinking that he was probably a minion of Morpheus. Eventually, the patriarch popped in, and he made nice with everybody. Made apologies for the other bishop, whose name I can't remember. And they learned some good stuff. Back on the other side of the map, Corvette, Pyotr, and Corvette's not girlfriend, whose name escapes me.
Rayla.
Rayla, that's her name. Rayla all were making their way towards the library when they saw a familiar short figure in the crowd. This time, and now wearing an eye patch. That was me, if you couldn't tell. So Cadillac grouped up with them, and they went to the library, where Ian was accosted and attempted to be seduced by a librarian. Remember that. The party then found a book of dark magic and discovered that not only is there the sacrifice of breath, aka the ritual of spit, there was also 5 other ones. Those being the sacrifice of, let me make sure I say this right, bone, flesh, sight, breath, heart, and shadows. Armed with this knowledge, they left the building and met up with the others at the tavern, which name was something entertaining that I cannot remember. It's probably plot appropriate.
The
at that point,
brain.
That's what it was. Dangerous Brain, yes, because they had the pet intelligence eater thing. Intellect Devourer. Yes. Brain with legs. That
not inaccurate.
I was close. There they started to raise some attention just because of the group that they are, but were thankfully able to get out of the inn before the Knights of the local police force. Yes, Knights of Bronislav, that's what it is. Showed up and decided to start searching for them. So the group, using various skills and fun stuff, made their way across town before having to go back into the sewers. They finished racing across town. Thankfully, they detected, and they popped up across from a wall. Now, Cadillac had, before last session, been left with Maeve to celebrate a Urodine holiday. Well, they were very confused when Kadak showed up inside the city, but little known to them, he was poofed in, or teleported, or somehow magic doored into a hidden part of the city that had long been forgotten. And the wall that they are now in front of is the entrance to that. So Kadyuk has everyone run straight at the wall, platform 9 3/4 style, to get back into the secret tunnels underneath the city. While there was a rather heated discussion around Kadyuk's decision, as well as Sir Hummer's conduct in general, both in the Patriarch and Archbishop's quarters, as well as general decision making, whether that is Kadyuk's eye, or yelling at a bishop, or what have you. After taking a long rest, they continued down the long and twisty hallway to find none other but the librarian standing and blocking their way, holding the head of the dead bishop. Not the patriarch, the bishop that was mean. Well, she was not very nice and decided to attack the party. Well, the party obviously retaliates and is beating down on her pretty good. However, once they finally take her out after Corvette is downed and Tian reveals himself to be another Asimar. Glowy wings go vroom, and they, fly at the librarian. Corvette misses it, but he learns later when he wakes up and sees his friend in full Asimar form. Once the librarian is down and dead, behind us we hear the rest of the cult of Morpheus in the city charging down the tunnel at us. Well, Corvette's friends decide to stand and fight and give us no choice but to flee by causing a cave-in with the magical boom gem, the grenade, or I can't remember what it's called, that we had gotten from the dwarven mine. So, with no other choice, we continue out of the tunnel and decide to make our way up towards Cordovan in the northeastern part of the continent. And that is where we left off, with Corvette sad from leaving his friends and in shock and awe of his friends having hid such an important part of their being from him, with Kadyuk having acquired a new eye and the party not being so sure about it, and armed with new knowledge about the Dark Priestess and the 6 sacrifices to raise Morpheus from the dead.
All right, and with that, let's roll. So yeah, you guys are outside by the, if you look on the map, you're by the, I will ping it in just a second. You are probably approximately like up right there. And yeah, so you're by the river, out of Berelgrad. I'll ping it again for whoever wasn't looking at the stream, so that way you can see where you're at, because I like the cool effect that happens when I do that. But so yeah, that's approximately where you're at, by the river. Holy crap, guys! No one was looking at the map. But yeah, so there you are. You talked briefly about your plan to go to Cordovan, but yeah, so you hadn't talked about how you were going to get there or things like that. So at this point, it's up to you guys to discuss your plan.
I think the number one thing to do right now is to put as much distance between us and this tunnel as we possibly can, and just go. Just go head north. We'll figure things out later.
I agree with that.
Yes, I agree that speed is of the essence.
There's a forest northeast of us.
Sorry?
There's a forest in the northeast of us if we want to try and hide there. Please, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just going to ask if anybody has any particular... Well, I guess maybe Artyom could help us, I don't know, track a path, course. I can't words right now. Anyway,
I'm a cleric, not a ranger.
why am I? Yep, never mind. I can't. Hi, my name is
The
Piotr,
most
and
Experience in
Artyom.
mountains would probably be Kadiok. He already got us out once. Why not let him get us out again?
true. Dwarf, what say you?
Is there any objections to my leading for a little while?
Go ahead.
All right, Patrick, can I make a survival roll?
Yep. What are you attempting to do?
I am attempting to use my survival skills to get as far away from the tunnel as possible in the sneakiest and fastest way that I can imagine.
Like covering your tracks and stuff like that while you're going.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Give me a survival check.
All right. That will be a 16.
All right. Cool. Okay. All right. So you're making your way forward. Kadiok quickly gives instructions. That someone grabs some branches, walk behind you. Like, have you ever seen the movie 101 Dalmatians? Like where he's walking around, like brushing with the stick behind them. So that's what Kadiok tells someone is just brush behind, try to cover up your tracks as much as possible. Things like that.
So instead of looking like a group of people walked by, it looks like a group of trees walked by.
Exactly. But yeah. So hey, there could be walking trees. You don't know. But no, yeah. So he's getting instructions like, okay, avoid bushes. You don't even if you don't think you are, you're breaking. You can break things like branches and twigs, like to avoid all that because we want it to look as like no one is here. You go along you go north for a few hours, and it was, you had rested in the. You took an 8-hour, your long rest in the in the tunnel where no one could find you, and
does not mean that we're all at full health.
no, because you haven't taken another long rest. I'm just trying to use this to describe the time of day. So it's probably about by the time you put a few hours, it's midday-ish, 1 o'clock-ish. By the time you Kadiok feels comfortable that you have lost the people that could possibly be tracking you.
And I'm kind of like trying to cover Corbett because I know that he's got really low, like he's really hurt. So just like if something comes out of the trees to like kill him, I'll jump in the way, even though I'm also hurt.
Makes sense.
And I'm kind of just I'm literally just letting Anya just kind of lead me. Like I don't care where we're going right now. Just like looking back frequently. And then once we're out of sight of kind of where we were, just kind of trudging, following the others along the way.
Oh, cool.
As part of my directions from the, with the survival bit, I'm going to be using my Outlander background feature, and we will be eating berries, small game, water, and so forth. Fresh water and so forth for me and up to 5 other people as we continue along as we go along. So that way we won't need to stop for lunch anywhere, especially.
Sounds good. Cool. All right. So Kadiok keeps you
Wait,
not the best fed.
Do you intend to eat small game raw? Because I don't.
Fish count as small game.
No, they don't.
You can eat fish raw. It's called. Well, I count fish as small game. So.
And for the purposes of the feat, I would probably count fish as smallish game.
So is it the kind of thing like we don't have to stop traveling? We just like are walking by a pond, and Kadiok's just like, "Gotcha, I got a salmon. We're good," and we just keep on walking.
Like
no
walking with
pausing.
the
No
line
fishing.
in his hand, just like dragging it through the pond.
I got it.
Then I'll be filleting the fish as we go.
It's the no. It's like in the the scene in in Mulan. It's just making
Disney
his
reference number
noises.
2 for Patrick in the last 5 minutes.
We like shit raw and wriggling.
Do I hear Tangled?
If I could find a tangled way to make a tangled reference, I would. Give me a minute. I'll
You need to
figure
cast
it
Find
out.
Familiar and get a little, a teeny
Like,
little chameleon.
Teeny little
Oh,
chameleon
There we
is
go.
your
yes.
companion. That would be great.
Drip.
All right. So you've traveled north. You've gotten, it's so probably midday. At this point, it's probably a good time for you to discuss. You're pretty certain no one is tracking you or able to track you. Now would probably be a good time to discuss how exactly you get to Cordovan, because there's a few ways, and I'll explain them to you so that way you have some knowledge. There obviously is one main road that would lead directly from Berelgrad to Cordovan. It also would branch off to Adelheim or Silvari, so you could follow the road, go through either follow the road directly to Cordovan, go through either of those cities to get to Cordovan. There's also, along the main road would be smaller towns if you don't necessarily want to go to a big town to resupply or anything. There would be smaller towns along the main road. You could also try your best wandering through the wilderness. You could, like, I would like to remind you that, even though Kadiok is an outlander and Drith is a druid, they aren't familiar with this section of the wilderness of the world, so they wouldn't be as successful guiding you as normal, and the rest of you haven't, really had experience wandering around in the wilderness. It is an option, however, if that is what you decide to go. So
I'm sure Drith would love the chance to try.
yeah. So, and if any of you can come up with other options that I haven't listed, I'm all for that as well. But the three options that are most obvious to you right off the bat are go through either one of the two major cities, head directly to Cordovan, or travel through the wilderness. The quickest way to get to Cordovan would obviously be travel along the main road, obviously. But if you're not necessarily concerned about speed, there's the other options.
2 questions.
Possible
First off,
answers.
what is the terrain like immediately around us?
At this point,
On the
you're
map, it looks like plains.
Yeah, it's plains, light, sparse woods. The forests on the map are to denote bigger, heavier woods, but like plains, sparse woods, things like that. And
You're Midwestern, okay.
Yeah.
Midwestern United States.
Exactly.
And the next question was, remind me. I remember we were going to Cordovan because Corvette had rumors of Cult of Morpheus being there, or not Cult of Morpheus, the Purple Robes and Mask, whatever they're called. What are they called?
Profane Guard.
Yeah.
Profane Guard, that's it.
Sorry.
They had Profane Guard there. Was there a second reason we were going to Cordovan, or was that it? I can't remember.
Sorry, I dropped a dice. That is the only reason that you have so far, besides the fact that it's
No reason. Yeah.
far off away from where you just were at
And away from
Berelgrad.
Berelgrad, yeah. So Kadiok would suggest. So actually, wait, first off, is there rivers as well that aren't just on the map?
There'd be smaller rivers. The what's on the map is the major rivers. There'd be smaller rivers, smaller streams, things like that. Yeah.
But nothing like travelable by.
Yeah, nothing really. Nothing that's really used for a lot of travel. Yeah. Just like there'd also.
Kadiok, despite his.
No, go ahead.
Kadiok, despite his relative ignorance of the surrounding areas, is a fan of taking the wilderness route.
I don't know. I kind of like to go along this main road here. I want to learn more about the people and try to understand how they're different. So I kind of want to see the small little towns that we go through.
The only thing with that is we might have to be very careful anytime we see people, anytime we go into the town. We made a big oopsie and we're known about. They they probably have our descriptions, our appearances. So if we do that, we have to be very careful from now on if we do that.
That's a good point. I don't really want to learn about their culture if their culture is to try and kill all of us.
From my experience with Morvirans, that's about what it is.
Drift makes a note.
He's
I'll
going to
write that
chuckle
down.
at that because of
Not
his,
accurate at all.
Okay.
he chuckles at his joke because that's what Morvirans, as far as he knows, think of North Sands. So he's like,
All right. Well, through the woods we go, I think.
Does anyone else have any opinions?
I'm just sitting down on a rock, kind of listen, not even really paying attention, just letting go in one ear, out another, just like, I don't care.
does anyone have any objections to a certain sort of terrain? Mountains, woods, hills, ocean, etc.
I'd prefer not to swim.
Yeah, if we could avoid deep water, that would be nice.
Heavy armor and water don't mix.
Well, it's good because there is not an ocean between us and Kordovan. It's just land.
Not unless we wanted to go a long way. If we had due east, then we could have struck the coast.
Is there any reason that we would want to go through those smaller towns or the bigger cities? Artyom has talked a lot of times about going to Adelheim to see the criminals. Would that be helpful in any way? We don't really know what we're doing, so...
If we do go,
Would that be helpful?
if we do up to Idleheim, there's a good chance that we could find some of my people as well, either Idleheim or anywhere closer to Marseille, really.
Why don't we ask King of the Rock over there? See if there's any other cities we should avoid that he's taken things from.
You're referring to me?
Yes. Noble, sitting on a rock, King of the Rock. Makes sense.
Oh gosh. No. Berelgrad's the only city that I really needed to avoid. But for
Well,
to
We didn't do
avoid,
that.
yeah, no, just to not make my presence known. But we don't know why they wanted us, so I mean, could still be me, but that's the only one that has extra danger for me. As far as I know right now, I don't know. Like everything else is up in the air. Adelheim, Kordovan, any of them work.
Had you heard anything specific about Kordovan, or was it just, oh, there's people with the robes and that's it?
Just activity going on there, and that was the only rumor I had heard. Obviously, there's activity in Berelgrad too, so now that we know.
You
But
don't say.
we were just heading up there to find them, to just I don't even know, but that's where I heard they were before. That's where I heard they were recruiting a little bit.
Well, I am comfortable being in the wilderness. I can't lead. I'm not good at that, but I can. I don't mind sleeping on the ground until we get there.
I've survived much worse wilderness than the things of Morphia. I'm sure we can find our way through. Patrick, the road from where we are to Cordovan, what path does that take in the map, roughly?
Just be a straight line from Berelgrad to Kordovan.
Straight line? Okay, so just
Straight-ish.
straight through the woods, past, probably to the east of those hills, and then straight on up.
Yep, pretty much.
Do we choose? We're
All
going
right.
to flip a
If there
coin.
is a
Thanks to
possible compromise. Did I lose y'all?
Nope.
No.
Brayden
No?
was just
Okay.
trying to say something.
Sorry. Everyone's screen went black, so I wasn't sure. Go ahead, Braden.
well, I was just wondering if we flip a coin. Thanks to Mama Fauna in the chat. You know, I don't want to steal that idea. Thank you. Shout out there.
I mean,
Yeah, does anyone have a
possible-
D2 on them?
I mean, you can just roll a d4, odds or evens.
possible compromise is we skirt the road, much as, bandits do. Go follow the road from a distance.
As a general guide, so we don't
Or-
get as lost, just in case.
Right.
That might
Or
be a
we,
good idea.
Yeah.
or we trust the land and go that way. Either one. But I know that most of you are not as suited to the land as I am. Well, not suited, familiar with the land as I am.
Right. And not to offend you, but therefore I think it might be good to at least loosely stick to the road so that we all have at least some sort of an idea of where we are.
That's fair.
The diplomat
We
has
should
spoken.
probably disguise ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm already dressed down from entering Berelgrad. I'm probably going to stay dressed down then. Do you need...
I feel like then, besides you, the most obvious one would probably be Artyom with all the symbolisms, all the holy clothes. Might be the most obvious after that, but
Yeah, maybe I could wear the blindfold.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
So, just to clarify, the current consensus is to vaguely follow the road, and to get to Cordova, the main road. That's the general consensus, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna
Follow the road by following the same path, but not on the road.
perfect. Okay, so we're gonna say that by you are able to keep. You start walking that way. You're able to keep talking about disguises and stuff as you continue walking. But so how about are you keeping the road in visible distance and just walking off it, or how exactly are you? How exactly are you doing this? You're just following the road, but
How
not following
obvious
the
is-
road.
How obvious is the road? I mean, is it
I
a
mean,
pretty wide road?
it's a pretty wide medieval dirt road in the
Okay.
going through. It's a big long brown strip in what would be probably green or yellowish grass.
so I'd say far enough away that we are not probably going to be noticed by people who are on it.
Yeah.
All right.
And preferably in places that we can see the road, but the road can't see us. So if we see someone come on, we can just go. Whoop. Or attack, depending on who it is.
All right. Sounds good.
Although, are we taking this time to do a short rest?
You probably should.
'Cause that might be good for our very hurt
Yes.
warlock.
Yeah.
That would be
Leveling up did help some, but
good.
short rest.
Okay. All right. So roll your hit dice. If you so desire to regain any hit points. If you have.
And I believe that I still have some healing potions as well, if anyone needs any.
Yes, I
No
would
reason to use those.
And I can cast a good cure wounds.
What if we're taking a short rest? Hit dice. Those
Oh,
are the
yeah, you're right.
easiest. Yeah.
I'm you.
Yeah. That's the probably true.
All right, cool.
I'll use a hit die, sure.
Use most of mine. Oh, actually.
And while we're like resting, I'm gonna come up next to Corvette, and just kind of like crouch down next to him, just like, you okay?
No. But are you ever okay when you lose the people you've known your entire life, and then find out one of them happens to have a secret just as big as any you've ever known, and didn't know about that? So. Oh, I meant to give. I pull off the cloak. Hold it out. It's like, I meant to give this back to you. Here. Thank
I
you
mean,
for
if
letting
you
me use it.
if you still need it, you can hold on to it. But
We're out in the wilderness. We're lost in the wilderness. So, I think for now I'll be fine, especially if we're not on the main road. Thank you.
I am sorry that that happened. I know that you already know how it feels, and you know that I already know how that feels. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that it happened, and it's the worst. And I like, kind of like, pat his shoulder, like, like very hesitantly, just like, okay, and then I'll go like sit somewhere else.
Anything else that you guys want to talk about or talk to whilst you are sitting?
Yeah. I want to know how Corvette's friend hid his yellow eyes.
Feel free to discuss amongst yourselves how you think he did that.
Well, I mean, you lot of magic, aren't you? Do you have magic? Magic from your gods? It was probably magic.
I mean, it's not even actually all that difficult, actually. And I like close my eyes for a second, and when I open them again, like they're gold. I use
Cool,
thaumaturgy to
scary
do
demon
that.
hell magic. You got to remember,
What
I don't
the-
have that.
It's not very difficult.
I can't change the color of my eyes.
Just seeing Anya with gold eyes kind of startles
I can
Corvus.
fix
Like,
that.
shoulder. I'm like, huh? How do I feel about the shoulder pat now? Did she like? Was that like? Did I give her gold eyes now, or what?
It's a disease.
It's like, ah.
Wake up
The
tomorrow
whole
morning.
party
ASMR.
just wakes up with gold eyes.
Next
We're
morning,
all
I'll wake up with
ASMR.
wings. There's like, oh no.
Like, oh, I have no clue. He did that. I mean, sure, it's probably some magic or something. Not sure. I didn't know. Just crazy.
What sort of background did he have? But I don't know your people. Who was he? Who is he, rather?
Tian was my bodyguard. He's been my bodyguard since I was just a little child, and he's just had a military background before that. Was in my father's employ in the army and stuff, but as far as I know, but he's been my bodyguard since I was a little child, so he was the closest thing I had to to a dad I actually wanted to be like. So not even knowing that is kind of weird that he was what I am.
I can sympathize with that. I'm afraid that There are many things that I will never be, or want to be, or wish to be, that my father was.
All right. Okay.
Shall we go?
Well, so
Kind of Corvus just like not wanting to talk about
During
anything
the
more.
short, during the short rest,
Drift turns into a
Kadak will have
reef shark to
also.
break the tension.
what was that, Luke?
I said Drift turns into a reef shark to break the tension and flops up and down for a while before.
Luke,
Oh.
at least on my end, Luke was a bit, seems to be a bit.
Oh, sorry. I turned my volume down because my
There
cat
we go.
kept on meowing really loud.
Gotcha. Okay. So, you
Yeah,
guys.
Kadak will have dressed a small deer for everyone as well. Just, get
Yeah.
some of that meat out. There you go. That's more small game.
You
for
hunt, man.
Deer is. I
Forever
don't
to hunt
classify a deer
deer.
as a small game. I would say it would
Okay,
be
what is a small
small
game?
game would
Rabbit.
be things along the lines
A
of
rabbit, a
rabbits,
squirrel,
squirrels,
Okay,
bird,
that
okay,
size.
rabbits
grouse.
then.
Okay.
A brace of
Velociraptors.
ponies, if you will.
Okay. It's like a deer's pushing it, but
I mean, a
Deer's pushing
deer
it
in and of
off. Deer's
itself
just
takes at least a
abjectly
couple
not.
hours to dress.
yeah,
That's fair.
exactly.
That's right. Yeah, short rest is an hour, right?
Yep.
Ish.
An hour.
Okay, cool. So yes, a bunny or two then, or rather rabbit, jackalopes, if playing fantasy game.
All right. Okay. So, you keep on moving on your way. You keep the road at a safe distance, while not letting it get too close, and you all continue on through the day. The terrain around you, kind of like how I described, just sparse plains, with a few clumps of woods here and there, until you get into that main wooded area to the northeast of Berelgrad, at which point it becomes, thick with trees, and, it's you have to be a little bit closer to the road than you'd like to be able to continue and see where it is, because because the trees make it a little bit hard to see from a super far distance away, whereas the plains didn't. But you don't really run into many travelers, and night falls, and night falls, and you start about making your camp for the evening.
Well, I can take first watch.
I can take second.
Drith, can I do a performance check? Because I want to try to play everyone to sleep with a homemade flute.
You can attempt a performance check
Okay.
to help pull everyone to sleep.
Okay, that is that's a 10.
He's getting better, guys. He really is. He's been practicing, but it's still not the most pleasant noise that you've ever heard in your life.
Jingle bells on a recorder.
Okay, so I have Drith wants first watch, Piotr wants second watch, Kadiak wants third watch. Who wants fourth watch?
I'll take fourth watch.
Okay, Corvette will take the watch of the fourth hour. Not literally, but all right. Okay.
Drith better dual class as a bard later in this campaign. Just saying.
No multi-classing.
All right.
I would like to say I do want to stay up during the first watch. I'm not going to be doing a watch if
Okay.
I'm not watching, but I'm going to pull out like my threads and stuff, my little spools of thread. My threads. So cool.
Zip clothing over there, Jelania.
Jelania,
I'm
a
gonna
threat.
I'm gonna take the cloak that I have back now, and I'm gonna start trying to just like embroider a little moth on like one shoulder, and that takes forever because embroidery takes forever.
Yeah.
So I'll just do that during the first watch,
Okay.
and then I'll go to sleep.
All right. Cool. Anyone else have anything they want to do before you all just go to bed? Any conversations? Any? Nothing. No one has any exclamation points over their head. Cool. All right. Okay. So, Drith. So how does Drith go about doing a watch out of curiosity?
So Drith pulls up a log that feels like would be able to support him in his majesty when he's in the woods. And he kind of just like squints his eyes and peers left, peers right, closes his eyes and listens to nature to hear if he hears anything odd. And then when he doesn't fall asleep doing that, he opens his eyes again and then repeats.
All right. Give me a perception check.
All right. If I had done it good enough, would you have given me advantage?
I mean,
If I had said Drith
I
stands
was
like on the
I-
tallest
what I was,
tower.
what I was gonna give you is I was gonna give you inspiration, but you already have it. So,
Oh, dang it. Okay, that's an 18.
okay. Sorry. Let me check. I need to check something real quick. I don't have the right tab pulled up for this thing. I had forgotten.
Oh, sleeping. Cool.
Sleeping.
yet.
Cool. Cool. Don't.
Not yet. I'm not.
Yeah.
Nothing.
No, not that one.
I feel like something's about to happen, and I'm very nervous.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Drith has got this covered, baby.
I mean, at least I'm awake too, so there's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You may
You get
need your
taken
help.
out, at least I'm there too.
They're sewing a butterfly. Drith just gets sniped. Falls over dead.
Excuse me, it's a moth, not a butterfly. I'm not going for anything so
Oh.
pretty.
I'm sorry.
All right. So Drith, while you are sitting there, getting ready to, well, just watching. At one point, you know, as you unsquint, you see in the bushes, lying low on the ground, you see a bunch of tiny red eyes peering out at you. You see about 10 of these tiny little red eyes, 10 pairs of these tiny red eyes staring, so 20 total eyes, but they're just staring out at you from the shadows. And,
Okay.
Nope, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm going to look at them and I'm going to be like, so I'm trying to not be racist here because I have a good friend who has red eyes. Are you here to attack me or eat me?
There is no response. However, as you say that, you see a little white rabbit hop out from underneath a bush, but with glowing red eyes.
No.
And then
With-
Run
another
away!
Monty
rabbit,
Python.
and then another rabbit, and there's 10 glowing red, so 10 rabbits with glowing red eyes standing before you.
So Luke has watched ReZero season 2 and is very uncomfortable. But
I've never
Drith is
watched
going to.
ReZero. I've never
Oh,
watched
no.
ReZero, so
Okay.
I'm in there.
I've watched Monty
Okay.
Python, and that was only one rabbit. That was enough, though.
Okay. So Drith. So Drith is going to be like, can Drith do an insight check?
go for it.
Okay. Okay, that's a 21.
These rabbits do not have peaceful intentions.
Okay, I'm gonna sound the alarm and just gonna yell, everybody, the rabbits are attacking just like we feared. You need to get up.
All right.
Just like we feel.
Have I slept the
Kadiak.
equivalent of a short rest? Oh wait, never mind.
Kadiak, they know what you did. We shouldn't have eaten dinner.
All right. All right. So, everyone,
Oh,
give
no.
me
Oh, he's
everyone give me an
Cadillac
initiative
is
check.
gone. Oh, okay.
If you
I think-
if you were sleeping, you don't get to participate in the first round. It's only the two people who are awake. You will get to participate in the next round. And we lost Cadillac.
Wow.
He was not
Mark-
responding. That's why. I don't know if he even heard it.
The rabbits
Cadillac
got
is
him.
still asleep.
He seems soundly.
He's pretty. I'm certain he is aware of what is going on. He is a veteran of my campaigns. He knows what these are.
Okay.
No.
So last I heard was Drift yelling about the bunnies attacking as they feared.
Yep, the bunnies are attacking.
They've come for vengeance.
They have come for vengeance. I do need
Wait, did we do
initiative?
something
I
different
need
in this
initiative checks. So I have checks. I was saying is that if you're asleep, you don't get to act in the first round. Still make your initiative check. It's the two people that are currently awake, because the rest of you have to get up and then get into combat. So,
Man, I was doing my embroidery and these freaking rabbits.
Artyom,
Waste my
give
time.
me, what is your initiative?
My character sheet won't scroll. It is 18.
All right, Jelania,
7.
Cadillac,
19.
Corvette,
20.
Drith,
19.
Piotr.
11.
I hope you mean 7.
7.
Okay, all right. Anya or Piotr, who wants to go first between the two of you?
Ladies first.
All right, then.
Well, so I'll go second.
I guess I'm going first.
All right.
That's more a statement on me than you.
Okay, so first up,
I'll
So-
take it.
this is the normal combat order, not for the first round. First up would be Corvette, followed by, Cadillac and Drith. Who wants to go first out of the two of you?
Drift can go
Cadillac.
first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Drith, Cadillac, Artyom.
Oh, I just got excited reading the description for a spell that I want to use. And then then I realized it said 5 feet, not 5 squares.
Okay, so Corvette's asleep. So Drith, you're first with a sleeping Cadillac on deck.
All right, so I'm going to cast Call Lightning because I'm freaking out about the rabbits. And I know I'm about to get a good night's rest. So I'm going to point to the ground and say, sorry about your friends, but this is the way of nature. And then they're going to get
This
struck
is
by
the
lightning.
way.
So it's a 60-foot radius. I assume that hits most, if not all of them.
That will hit
Um,
all of them. What do they have to do?
They have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, man.
Radius?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
radius
holy.
or
Oh, wait,
diameter?
that's 120. Wow.
Okay. Half of them succeed, half of them fail.
All right. It's a 10, another 10. That's it. Okay, so I got 29. So the ones that failed take 29, and the ones that didn't take 14.
All right. Well, those 10 rabbits are all dead.
Isn't it
Okay.
Nice.
I also
Okay.
made us some more dinner, everybody.
It comes cooked.
However, there are more rabbits in the woods coming out of the bushes. About 10
Now,
more
hold-
rabbits.
This was a 120-foot diameter circle of lightning.
I'm aware, Mike.
Should we all just be zapped?
How close together are they?
Yeah, they're pretty close together. They're rabbits. It's not like rabbits. They're pretty close together. Okay. Next up would be Cadillac is asleep. Artyom is waking up. Artyom is waking up. The rabbits. All right,
My
so now
bad,
their
my
turn.
computer's about to die. I'm gonna grab that really quick.
You're good. Okay. So the rabbits all approach. What's his face? Luke. Drith. All approach Drith.
Oh, no.
They all leap at Drith. I need 10 DC 13 strength checks, or you get knocked prone.
Okay. 1. Okay, that's a 14.
Okay.
I failed.
Okay, cool. So you're on the ground, and all the rabbits are biting you with advantage.
Guys, I've had dreams like this.
What's your AC?
It's 16.
16. Okay, so first rabbit hits you for 2 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Next rabbit hits you for 5 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Next rabbit
no.
hits you. Doesn't hit you, actually. Sorry, my bad. Next rabbit attacks and hits you for 6 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Next rabbit hits you
What?
This Zapper
for
dies.
5 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Next rabbit
Good
attacks.
luck.
I dropped my dice. My bad. The next one does not hit you. Next one rolls the hit and does not hit. Next one does not hit. Last one does not hit.
Okay.
However, you are being swarmed by rabbits.
Oh, jeez. This is bad.
All right, it is now the turn of would be Piotr, but he's waking up. Anya, it is your turn.
Okay. So I there's a horde of frantic rabbits. Oh, geez. I'm gonna set down my embroidery stuff. I have to be a little careful. I don't want to lose the needle.
While Drith is being eaten by rabbits.
That's why
she's like
she's-
looking around, like,
Yeah.
oh, where should I put this? Oh.
That's why your initiative's so low this fight.
I'm like, okay, I gotta set the needle down right there. Okay, so I'm gonna run over because I do care. I do not want you to get eaten by rabbits. So I have this battle maneuver called bait and switch, which allows me to use 5 feet of movement, and as long as they are willing and not incapacitated, I can switch places with them. And they will not suffer any opportunity attacks.
So
And I believe that's just part of my movement.
okay, so you're trying to switch places.
I
with
want to get him
Drift.
out of the rabbit hole.
Okay. I will allow it if you can beat a strength check against all the rabbits.
Okay.
Would you rather
Just because
fight-
the rabbits are all on like top of him.
Yeah.
So,
I'll use my inspiration to get advantage on this.
okay. It shouldn't be hard. They are just rabbits. But
Would you rather fight one rabbit-sized child or
So strength check is a 19.
okay. Yeah, you managed to pull them off. The rabbits kind of like flop over onto their backs before righting themselves. And Drith is now back to being on his feet.
Okay.
thank you,
I also get to roll a superiority die. I rolled a 3, so your AC increases by 3 until the start of my next turn.
Nice. All
Thank
right.
you so
Cool.
much.
That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah,
That
thank you,
is-
Tasha.
Yeah. All right.
And then I'm gonna just use my 3 attacks that I have now on these rabbits. On just random rabbits.
Okay.
I don't care which ones. Oh crap. That's not good. That's an 11.
Okay.
A 10
All right.
and a 12.
Those hit all the rabbits.
Nice.
Not all, but those hit the 3 rabbits that you're attempting to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the fact that one of these attacks is 2 of these attacks are from a silvered weapon, does that matter at all?
It does, actually.
Okay.
You do
So the first
get to
one
do
is
full damage to the rabbits.
Okay, so
Huh.
then those 2 then are 10 piercing damage. If it's like
Those
Oh wait,
are-
no, if it's halved if it's not the silvered
It's
one.
halved if it's not silvered, yeah.
Okay. So the first one with the silvered is 9 piercing. The second one with the silvered is 5 piercing. And then the non-silvered one is just 6 have to 3 slashing.
Okay, they are all dead. You killed all 3
Cool.
of them. All right. So we resume back to the top of the round with excuse me. Back to Drith. Oh, sorry, Corvette. Corvette's turn. Corvette is up and awake.
So I'm waking up like, what the? And I see these weird rabbits with glowing red eyes now. Just finished a book with glowing red eyes. I'm like, nope. And
Go back to bed.
I'm going back to bed. I summon Eladin. You better work this time. And I cast Minor Illusion from behind like a tree. From just kind of the like just another bush. That's within 30 feet away from me. And I create like a sound that's like a lion or like some kind of hunter that I think would hunt these rabbits. So, yeah, that's what I do. And it makes a really loud sound to try and scare the rabbits away.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check with advantage.
Ooh, okay. How good am I in intimidation? I'm good. Advantage. Oh, all right. Yeah, it's not great. 14.
Okay. So the 7 remaining rabbits do, look briefly towards the bush. And you said, where were you putting the bush? You were putting the sound like.
It's kind of like behind, not like where they came from, but probably the other direction. So it sounds like it's coming behind us.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. They are frightened of the sound, and so they will be using their turn to retreat. Okay. Is there anything else you're doing with your turn?
I'm like not in like their way.
No.
Like, I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Drith, it is now your turn again.
You're on mute, Drift.
You're muted, Luke.
Sorry about that. I am going to cast. Just making sure that this isn't. Okay, cool. It's instantaneous. All right. So I am just going to cast Plant Growth, and just to kind of like ensnare all the rabbits. What it does mechanically is it makes all the it makes it difficult terrain all around them. So I'm just thinking like I want to make a bunch of the grass because we're in a plain, and maybe the wheat just grow maliciously around their little rabbit paws.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Drith has it out for the rabbits. Okay. All right. So you successfully grow. Grass becomes bigger, bumpier. Roots of bushes and trees pop up, and yeah. You successfully make it the difficult terrain. All right, Kadiak, it is now your turn.
All right, well, with my bonus action, Kadiak is going to enter into his battle trance, rumbling like a bear as he does so. And then he's going to close with them and start attacking. He gets 2 attacks.
Okay, roll that.
Because he is raging, he gets a bonus damage. That will be 18 to hit the first attack.
That will definitely hit.
And 13 to hit the second attack.
Okay, that will hit.
Great. And there is 12 damage on the first hit.
Okay, that is a very dead rabbit.
And ooh, very nice. 18 damage on the second hit.
That is another very dead rabbit.
Great. He doesn't speak rabbit, unfortunately. He's going to try and look very menacing as he plows one rabbit with his maul, and like a golf ball or a croquet ball, is knocks it into the rest of the crowd.
All right, Artyom. Oh, is there anything else you do with your turn first?
Oh, I'm going to be moving so that I can be flanking with Drith or Jelania or both.
Okay.
As well if I can, without being in the way of their retreat too much.
Sounds bueno. All right. Artyom, it is now your turn.
All right, move me in as close as I can to as many as I can.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Word of Radiance. You utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range Must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage.
Okay, sorry. I'm just calculating how many have died so far. Okay. Okay, they all failed.
Ha, nerds.
Can rabbits be nerds?
2 damage, unfortunately.
The rabbits are still alive.
I figured.
They all are burned very severely with holy light, but they're still alive. It is now the turn of the rabbits, who are attempting to flee, but because of the difficult terrain that the druid created, aren't actually able to get completely away. It is now Piotr's turn.
Hold on. I am responding to a horrible meme. Okay, so okay, so first off, as a bonus action, I want to cast Cure Wounds on Drith.
Okay.
Oh no, where'd you go? That's 7.
You said as a bonus action?
I believe so. Let me
Healing, Cure Wounds is a full action. Healing Word would be a bonus action.
I believe you. I'm double checking though.
I'm aware. You should always believe me. Got everything.
It is an
And
action.
always double check.
I'm still gonna do that. I was going to then cast Cloud of Daggers on the bunnies and just watch them just get eviscerated, but I'll do that later.
All right. Okay. So you healed Drith for 7 hit points.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That makes it the turn of Anya. There are 5 rabbits left, looking in very rough condition.
Cool. Just keep on killing the rabbits, 3 at a time if I can.
Okay.
World of Warcraft style whirlwind, just whoosh.
Natural 1.
That will
Uh,
be a roll on the.
You have
fumble
advantage. You have advantage because I'm
Oh,
flanking
do I have
you.
Oh,
advantage?
advantage because you're flanking. Yep, we'll say
All right,
so.
then that's 22.
Okay, that will
Second
hit.
one is an 11, and the last one is another 22.
You guys just don't want to use the critical fumble chart. Just kidding.
I don't know.
Come on, guys. I want to screw you.
Not when I'm right next to her. Nope.
All right, you hit all of those rabbits.
All right, so there's 8 points of silvered piercing damage, 10 points of silvered piercing damage, and then 2 points of normal slashing damage. 6 points of normal slashing damage.
Okay, those you kill 3 more rabbits in swift succession. All right, that
There are
brings
2 left.
2 left. Corvette, who tried to, save the rabbits by making them flee. And so
I
his
thought it was
turn.
cool, but hey,
It was cool.
Good.
I
I'm like, well, there's only 2 left. All right, and my hand glows blue, and I toss out a couple Eldritch blasts.
Okay.
2 of them now.
All right.
1 for each rabbit. So the first one is a 21 to hit, and the second one is a 22 to hit. Where's my 10? Is that a 10? Yes. First one is 15 damage, and the second one is 9 damage.
Okay, those are dead rabbits. All right. So the rabbits, all 20 of the rabbits on the ground before you
3
are,
rabbits.
dead.
The second one, the second Eldritch Blast shoots out of his hand. He's like, "Whoa!"
Whew.
What was that? Just like, looks at Eldon.
I get better with time. I told you that. The more we practice, the better I get.
We're gonna have a talk soon. You.
All right. Okay.
I sit down.
So the chaos of the carnage of the attack of the Vorpal bunnies is your edge of your encampment. But yeah, so you can all go back to
No
sleep
more
if you
bunnies?
desire. There's no more bunnies at the moment.
Can we harvest their meat?
You can Do your darndest.
Is it edible?
Well, the general consensus is that predators are not preferred to be eaten.
Oh, that's true. They are predators.
If you cook them really well, though.
If you cook them well, but I mean, it's not like you're in the exact position to be complaining about what food you are eating.
Well, like 10 of them were zapped by lightning, so I'm pretty sure those are cooked.
Probably
No,
pretty well, yeah.
I don't want trigonosis.
What?
Trigonosis?
I don't like trigonometry either.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what?
I was like, that word is too big to exist in a D&D world, so
So it's not canon.
Yeah, Drith is gonna go to Jelania and Piotr and be like, "Thank you very much, Piotr, for healing me, and thank you, Anya, for getting me out of there. Of the many ways the few ways that I want to die, getting eaten alive by rabbits is not on that list."
I imagine it's not on many people's lists as something that could ever happen.
How?
No,
Clearly a possibility, but I'm glad you're still with us, friend.
yeah, me too. Well, I'm gonna go keep the watch again, and Drith is gonna sit down.
How hurt are you? I will take the watch instead. Go to sleep. If you get eaten by another rabbit, then that's it.
Okay, Drith is gonna go lie down like under a tree and then shakily play the flute, like his hands are shaking, and he's gonna play like himself asleep, but it's like it's really slow, and like you can hear like the just the sadness in his flute.
Truth is scarred with his rabbit attack. Cool.
I see. Do I see Drith kind of shake, like worried and stuff? And
Do you see
do I
him?
see? I
Or-
was sitting down. I wasn't asleep yet, so.
I mean, if you
Oh.
look specifically in Drith's direction, then yeah, probably. But if you
Look
don't,
around.
then
Okay. And then I quickly go over to Drith. I'm like, Drith, what's your favorite kind of like calming sound?
I really like the sound of the wind blowing through leaves.
Okay. And using minor illusion, I make that sound for a minute.
Drith kind of like listens to the sound, and then like he slowly drifts off to sleep. Drifts, not drifts. Drifts.
all right.
Now a
He has
verb.
his own verb now.
Corvette is going to be awarded with inspiration for his kind acts.
Oh.
His kind what?
Kind acts.
Sax. His saxophone.
I heard sack. Yeah, I was like, what?
His kind acts.
That's where his minor illusion noises all come from. All from his saxophone.
Just like
And it-
careless whisper. And
It's just careless whisper in the different sounds of nature.
All right. So. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, all right. So you all wake up. Oh, so you all go to sleep. The rest of your the rest of your evening passes with no issue. You know, so the rest of the watches pass. You sleep. You sleep.
so does this
I'm
count as a
sad.
full rest then?
Yeah, this will count as a full rest. I mean, you sleep a little bit later since you did get up and fight stuff, but not like a ton later. But
I imagine I didn't get very far in my moth.
not as far as you would have
Rabbit
liked.
watching. Stupid rabbits.
But okay, so
Can I do something during my watch real fast?
Yeah.
Or for a moment. During my watch, I take just a few steps away, so it's just a little ways away from the group, but still close enough to try and listen or watch out. And I summon Eladin, drive him into the ground.
ow! Is that necessary? Like, do you think that's good for a weapon to like stick him in the ground? Like, you don't want to you wouldn't stick a sword into the dirt. Like, come on.
When I found you, you were stuck in some rock.
Did you think I asked to be there? Did you think I asked to be a spear? No. Like, I mean, I'm glad that you change my form to a bow every once in a while, but do I want to be a weapon? Not exactly. Like, you could be a little nice. I know that I'm not your favorite person right now for some reason, but, like, be nice to me.
Promised power to protect.
Yep.
Promised power to give instead of take.
And I've given you that, haven't I?
Only against rabbits, apparently.
What are you complaining about? They were trying to kill your friend.
Yeah. Thank you. That was pretty cool what you did. But what about back with the librarian? What about against the profane guard? I leave my friends behind, and I just don't have.
So, this is the thing. I'm the weapon. I'm the power source. You're the conduit. You're not a very good conduit right now. You're getting better. Don't get me wrong. Like, you just saw that. Instead of one bolt, you just shot two. It takes time. Like, I have lots of power, but your ability to use me is dependent on how much you practice, and your whole religious thing about being careful with magic doesn't help. So, like, I'm doing my best, but again, I'm just the power source. You're the one you're the one who does stuff.
Right.
And look, I'm sorry, your feelings, blah de blah, But like, I'm doing my best. Like, what else do you want from me?
So, you that I'm mad at. Mad at myself.
Don't be mad at yourself.
Useless.
You can't be down on yourself. You gotta be, you gotta have faith in yourself. I need
Without you, I am. What can I do to help? You just said it. You're the power. Without you, I'm useless already in fights. But what am I without you? Even.
You want to find out?
No, that's why I came and found you.
Well, I mean,
I didn't know what I was before.
You're dragon touched. You're an Asamar. That in and of itself gives you a significant portion of your power that you frankly haven't touched recently, honestly. That's part of the reason that I was agreed, is because you already have this huge well of power in you, but you haven't tapped it. Look at that, that other guy, that whatever his name is,
Archeon.
He's used his power. Why haven't you? You have that power within you, but you're not using it. I am, and it's like I said, I'm doing my best. You use me, and you get better. It's a practice thing. You gotta practice with me if you want to be able to be good. It's like I'm a weapon, like a sword or a spear or whatever the heck you decide you want me to be.
Maybe we'll try sword next time. I don't know, but.
Well, I mean, I'll be whatever you desire.
Whatever. But. Okay, I got a couple more questions real fast.
Okay.
So, you're a Fae, come to find out.
I am Fae originated. I am not a Fae. Fae originated.
Did you know Maeve? Do you know who she is?
Can't say it rings a bell. Give me an insight check.
15 plus insight. 16.
You're not convinced that he doesn't know who Maeve is.
Think you do.
What makes you think that?
Kind of like this practice thing. When I say something, you kind of know more if it's right or wrong. I can read you a little bit too. Kind of our, whatever this thing that we have here.
All right. I know Maeve.
Is she someone we can trust?
No. She's the reason I'm stuck here in the first place. She and, well, a few other unimportant Fey Lords that we won't talk about put me here.
What is it that you want?
Well, we'll get to that eventually. You're not quite ready for what I need you to be able to do. It's the practice thing. You gotta get a little bit more comfortable with the power I have to offer before you, before I can, let you, before we can work on the final plan. But there is a plan. And you do owe me. A lot.
The paths of vengeance.
I don't know. I've been a spear for 100+ years. Paths of vengeance? I mean, I can tell that your friend with the horns, there's some stuff that she's not telling you guys. She's, some stuff that she wants taken care of. As well as your friend who wears the blindfold. He's got a lot of baggage that he's carrying. Stuff that he'd like to take care of as well.
Dark.
Maeve definitely,
Just got told on.
definitely
But I'm
brought
sure,
more questions for us. So
sure you could have figured that out on your own, But
with Artyom, but Anya? Okay.
But yeah, that's all I can say. I mean, that's the only people looking for vengeance that I can think of at the top of my head. Besides me, of course. I want vengeance. But
Can kind of guess I know. I kind of feel like I know who you want vengeance on now. So
yeah, you might be right. You might be
Yeah.
wrong.
be interesting. All right. Well, glad there's more to you than what I've been able to use already. So
Oh, there is. There's lots of power stored back here. You just got to get used to it flowing through you first. And then, trust me, once you get used to it, bam, pow, punch, we will be like champions. And we will be doing all the stuff you want to do and all the stuff that I want to do. But you got to give it time.
all right. Good job today. And I pick Eldon back up. And he disappears. Head back to watch.
So when you head back to watch, you hear another familiar voice come from behind you. It's been a while, Corvette.
I jump and spin around. Who am I?
You see a glowing, angelic figure of Saint Bronislav standing behind you.
I pray to you.
Yes.
And you finally here to help?
Oh, I'm here to give you a warning. You know how I feel about what you're doing. What you're doing goes against the very teachings of Silhana and what I stand for.
Aren't you the one who's intrigued by magics?
Yes, but magic's a tool. Magic is to serve man, not be, you are not to serve magic. I'm concerned about this Eladin and the path he's leading you down.
Well, what can you do to help?
Nothing.
He's offered so much. Exactly. You can't do anything.
I can give you I am your guardian angel. That is my purpose, is to give you guidance. But I can't follow you and help you on this path that you've chosen.
Where were you at the monastery when that happened?
I was with you. I can't protect, I can't go protect everyone. There are some, I'm merely a saint. There are some powers beyond my control.
Over your control, apparently.
Corvette, I'm sorry. I wish that there was more that I was allowed to do. There are very strict rules. And the longer you continue down this path of Eladin, the farther out of my reach you'll become. And then I won't be able to help you at all.
Well, I'm
Fact
trying
that-
to do what's right. Fix.
What's right?
Right.
You've gone out and found this artifact of magic that's hidden away for a very good reason. And now I'm not sure that I can aid you if you continue down this path. It's I know that not everyone agrees with it, but there is a very good reason that I formed the Knights of Bronislav all those years ago. Very good reason that Silhana has warned us to be careful with magic, and I just am concerned about where you are going.
I'll be careful.
That's what they
But
always
he's offering
say.
more help than you ever have.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Turn around and walk away.
And he's, Bronislav's gone. All right. Okay. So, anyone else, the other people who were on watch had anything they wanted to do during their watch? The other people on watch were, Kadiak, I guess. Yeah. Did Kadiak or Piotr want to do anything during their watches?
Kadiak will muse on the things that he and Maeve discussed during the holiday, as well as just in general.
Okay.
And as a note, Patrick, as we are traveling, he will be watching for those certain tracks that I am sending you a message of.
Okay.
But that's it.
Piotr, did you have everything you wanted to do during your watch?
Piotr is just kind of he's writing, just kind of brainstorming poetry about like everything that's going on, everything that's been kind of going through his head over the last how long has it been? 7 years? Just kidding. Like a week or so
Been
since
like about 8 days.
Yeah. So everything that's been going through his head about the things that transpired, like the murder, basically, and then everything that's been going on, he's just kind of trying to process that, and that's kind of one of his tools that he uses. So he's just kind of writing. I had something else, and I totally forgot it. So I guess he's not doing that anymore.
All right.
But yeah, that's what he's doing.
So you all.
Wait, so I did miss this one thing. Were we able to harvest anything from the apple bunnies?
Oh yeah,
I think it was decided against the trying to harvest from the purple bunnies. Was the thought was the general consensus. If you did, you'd get some meat, not the best quality meat, but you get some meat, to feed yourselves for the next few days probably. But if you decided to, but that would be about it.
There's something else that I was thinking, so Patrick, look for a message from me in a few minutes.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So you all go to sleep, and I think with that, we will take our break and be back in about 4 to 5 minutes. Thanks for sticking with us, and yeah, we'll be back.
That was 425, not 4D5.
Come on, Streamlabs. Okay, thank you. All right, we're back. Cool. You all awaken in the morning, picking up right where we left off. You all awaken in the morning and continue on your way down the road. Some of you look more tired and frustrated than others because of things that happened in the night. Others look like they got a pretty good rest. So, you continue down the road, and you, so as you see, from the distance of the road, from the distance you are from the road, you can see that there are a few travelers. Mostly look like merchants, caravans, or just people wandering from town to town. But you're kind of in from what you all know, you're mostly just in like a peaceful era of the empire. Like there's banditry's been at an all-time low from what you've all heard. Everything's just mostly like peaceful. Like monsters are being kept at bay, things like that. It's kind of life seems good, except you guys obviously know better. You know that things are going on, and you felt like you tried to alert the proper authorities. Don't know how well they have taken that, but so yeah, it's like life is good for in your guys' opinion. So the day continues on, and it's not long before in the distance you can see a small a town appearing in the distance. This would be probably a decent place to stop, supply, sleep for the night, things like that, if you so desired.
Okay.
Good plan. At first, I thought you were gonna say end the session, and I was like,
we just got back. Great, very good. We're gonna end the session right here, team.
Happy New Year. We're done.
I expected everyone to talk a lot more.
He has
all I
asked
had
multiple times.
All I
Please,
said
Sam,
for the
I don't
story
have
was just
anything.
rabbits.
So yeah,
Silly
Rabbit's
rabbits.
fault.
Mike, it looked like you were
Drink
about
is for
to.
kids.
Looked like you were about to say something, Mike. Were you? Or
So this far south, how noticeable will people recognize Catechas and Orsean, do you think?
they'll probably recognize them as a Norsean from stories, but not from by virtue of actually knowing what a Norsean being a Norsean means.
Okay. So they just know him as, oh, it's a bloodthirsty raider. Got it. Kadiak is going to pose that we disguise ourselves before we enter the small town.
Okay. All right. How are you gonna go about it? Disguising yourself. Because the thing that mostly sticks you out as Norsean is the amount of fur you're wearing. Because you're from that far, from the very cold place.
Racist comments you make all the time. That kind of points you out too.
Yes.
So in that case, who is the shortest party member besides me?
I'm like
Drith is 5'10".
I think Corbett's around there too, actually.
It's probably just because by nature of generally dudes are taller, it's probably me.
Probably.
Okay.
Do you count your horns?
I mean,
my horns go
her
back.
horns
They
just
don't
like
go
go
up.
straight back, not like up. They're not like.
Hang on,
Prob-
I'll fix them.
They
There we go.
probably add an inch.
Now you're Queen Amidala.
But yeah, so Jill,
Do you happen to have an extra cloak that I could borrow?
Yes, and I have apparently the habit of lending it out.
Thank you. Catechus is just gonna wear that over all of his fur and everything, hopefully try
There's,
and
like-
hide that fact.
There's like a itty bitty outline of like a partially finished moth on like the back shoulder over here.
He doesn't know.
There's some threads hanging down where it's not done.
Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to do before getting ready to go into the town?
Nope.
All right. So you enter into the town. The town, for being, it's probably mid-sized, so it's not like a super small village, but it's a mid-sized town, so it's, and so it's kind of bustling as you approach it. It's clearly, due to its position here and positioning, kind of you'd guess between being a center point between Adelheim, Silvari, and Berelgrad. You're guessing that it's probably probably a center, a central point of trade between those three places. And so you enter in and you see a bustling marketplace, and you see of course a heavy guard presence patrolling the streets and things like that. But it's so of course as you approach, you do see the you see that a thing that says "Welcome to Ermog." It's that is the town you're entering, is Ermog. And and as you approach, someone comes up to you and is holding out, opens up, Hercules style, opens up his cloak. He's like, "You want to buy a watch?" No, not really, but opens up his, opens his, offering you a variety of trinkets and goods. Another person is, shouting that they have fresh fruit available. Someone else, it's clearly a bustling, prosperous town.
Oh, so it's pretty big.
Mid-sized, not as big as like Berelgrad or
No.
anything else, but mid-sized town. So, and it has plenty of beautiful architecture for Drith to look at.
Yeah, can Drith ask a question to the trinket guy?
Yeah.
So I see you're selling a lot of trinkets. On a completely different subject, what kind of god do you believe in?
I mean, Silhana is the goddess, the dragon goddess of Mordvir. I worship her. I go to church on the holy day.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Just trying to keep track. I'm not from around here.
No, as long as you're in the Empire of Mordvir, friend, we worship the dragon goddess. Is that, but you're not from here, you say? His eyes lighten up. Well,
no, I'm from the woods.
You're from the
People
woods.
hate me where I'm from.
Well, in Mordvir, we don't hate anyone.
Really?
No, of course not.
That's great.
Especially
I glance
here,
over to Kadiok.
especially the, especially here in Ermog. Ermog, we've got, we are the most prosperous town in all of Mordvir, and it's all thanks to our special mosaic.
Ooh, what's this special mosaic?
It's some ruins outside of town, some ancient thing. You see, Ermog is built around, near, not around or on top of, because that would be madly scary, but near these ancient dwarven ruins. And in the ancient dwarven ruins is the mosaic of Ermog, and it has a, and it is the mosaic that brings us luck. It's magic, enchanted, special. It's the reason that we're so prosperous. We've never had a bad year for crops. Always have, traders flowing in and out, bringing us, bringing the money. Ermog, and it's all thanks to that mosaic. It's been there for ever.
Drith's eyes light up when he hears ancient architecture, and then he hears something about religion, and he goes, Guys, can we take a detour?
Drift, don't believe everything a shady street merchant is telling you.
Shady street merchant, I take offense to that, good priestly sir.
Yeah, that's kind of a
I
Where do you
share.
merchant?
I am selling genuine large merchandise right here.
So,
On the street.
one of the most common form of tree.
Most common form of tree. I'm offended. Larch
Drift,
is the staple tree of the empire.
You're right, because it's the most common.
And so what
You
better?
must notice he took offense to street merchant and not shady.
Drith is gonna stand by the merchant. He says, "Now listen here, everyone. This guy said that everyone here are friends and that no one dislikes anyone here in this town, and I don't have a reason to distrust him. Now I'm gonna believe whatever this guy, my new friend, would."
Drift. I'm sure he's a great, wonderful individual,
The best.
but Sorry, did somebody say something, or was that a sneeze?
No, that was me. I'm the best.
Oh, sorry, it like came through kind of weird on my end. The best.
You actually say that to him. It's like, oh, did you just sneeze?
Piotr stops, looks over. Did you just sneeze? Continues.
Bless you.
Gesundheit. Anyway,
Hestrom bless you, friend.
like anyway, but remember, we have important things to attend to. We have to study the musical that I've been writing, right?
You're writing a musical?
Yes, Drith. Don't you remember?
It's
Oh
only.
my gosh. I think I forgot about it. Did you give me a big part?
I did. Well, I haven't given it to you yet. I'm writing it.
Oh my gosh, if you write it, then it's gonna be good. Maybe this means I'll actually make some use of myself in the world.
You don't sell yourself short. You're already of plenty use. We just need to remember to direct our efforts in the appropriate direction.
Okay.
The-
Okay, like music. Okay.
The ruins are only a half hour outside of town, and they say that one kiss, putting your lips on the runes for one kiss, will bring you luck for the next 7 years of your life.
Drift
Listen,
on-
friend, you're clearly a trap laid by the DM. Just kidding. That was out of character.
Also a really, really way to get like some sort of infection.
Gotta watch out for the COVID.
Kiss the Blarney Stone, they said. You won't get
Right.
corona, they said.
Oh.
Drith is gonna shush the merchant and say, "Shh, friend. Music is calling me. I'm sorry, I can't see your mosaic today, but I will return. I promise."
I'm just saying. Everyone goes to stop by the mosaic before they leave. It's not a very long journey. Doesn't take very long. So I'm just saying, if you want to see the mosaic, I would go do it before you left.
And you said it's dwarven? You're sure about that?
Positive. Ancient dwarven ruins built only half hour away from here.
Kadiak, what do you think of this statement?
Patrick, can I roll a something?
I mean,
A die of
you can roll an
certain
insight
number of
to see
sides?
if he's lying, but you can't really see. You can't see the ruins
Like-
yourself, so you can't tell whether he's lying or not right off the bat.
Or
Wouldn't he
history to see if
know?
I know of anything down here or something like that. I mean, I know it's pretty far away, but if it's,
Yeah.
a magic mosaic,
You want to
figure I
attempt to roll?
may have heard of it,
Yeah, if you want to attempt to roll a history check.
or both. Let's see. So first history, and then where's my history check? So, okay. History is 18.
So you've heard of obviously lots of ruins down this part. There is a legend about an ancient mosaic created by a particular dwarven city that was lost to time that was said to bring good luck and fortune. But that's all you know
Okay.
about it.
And then 20 total to incite him.
I mean, he as far as he knows, he's telling the truth. He's probably not. He's probably not educated enough to know the real difference between dwarven ruins and not dwarven ruins.
Fair enough. I believe it might be a good idea. After all, we do have a history of searching dwarven ruins as it is, and have received things from that. AKA the ruins where we got the giant pool of healing potion and silvered weapon and stuff.
Perhaps we should discuss this together
Away from
without
the creep.
the
I would
watch,
agree.
whatever, dude.
What?
Yeah.
Well, if you decide that you want a guided tour or anything, my name's Leo. I'm always here. You can come find me, and I'll be happy to give you answers to anything you want to know.
Leo, it's so good to have a friend in the city. I'm gonna write your name on my list of friends.
Piotr leans in towards Drith and says, "Never trust a man named Leo."
Drith writes that down.
Hedek is going to lean towards Leo, say, "If you hurt him, I will kill you," and then walk away.
It's like someone about to go on their very first date with someone like, if you hurt my daughter, I'll kill you.
If you hurt my Drith,
We'll destroy you.
I'm gonna rip your arms off at the elbows and slap you in the face with them.
I see no real reason to go do a detour if we can just continue moving.
I very strongly agree.
But the last time we were at the ruins, or at Dwarven Ruins, I was able to receive the visions of sorts. And this is... Maybe we could learn something else.
Well, the visions you had were of what happened there. If it's just about what happened at this other ruin, I don't see how that would help us.
If they were destroyed by the Deep Ones as well, then we would know that maybe that's something. Maybe that's something that Morpheus will try again, bringing up Deep Ones.
Was that him last time? I thought it was just a separate civilization of underground crazies.
You don't know. You just are making an assumption.
Yeah. Okay. For some reason, I was vaguely remembering that they were sent by Morpheus to destroy the dwarves.
That's what Kadiak thinks, then that's what Kadiak thinks.
No, that was what Michael was remembering. So Michael's remembering wrong.
This is why we take
But
notes.
Yeah, my notes are.
No, if you want to go kiss a rock, you can go kiss a rock. I'd rather go take a bath after the stuff that happened a couple of days ago. I still stink.
don't you always think?
Yes,
Didn't we already establish this? Anya always smells funny.
This is what you have decided, and I wish to change it because I would like to not stink. I'm the one who smells myself more than any of you.
It's a weird habit. Maybe you should break it.
Just like habitually, like
Gaddock agrees that we should probably find a place to rest first. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to take a bath. I'm worried about all these holes in my body from rabbit bites filling with water, though.
Drith, that's not how that works.
Oh. Jeez. I need some help a lot of ways, apparently.
he just like he comes out of like the pond or whatever or the bathhouse, and he's just like this water balloon, just like like spurting water out of his bite marks.
Also happens anytime he drinks anything either.
It just like comes out of his ears.
All right. So Leo does recommend it's simply called the Mosaic Inn. It is the most popular inn in town. It is the only inn in town. And he does recommend that you go to that inn if you were looking for a place to spend the night and bathe, as it is the nicest and only inn in town.
It's the best choice, your only choice.
So
Drith kisses him on the cheek and leaves.
Leo just kind of like touches his cheek. All right. Okay. Are y'all headed to, I'm assuming you're all headed to the inn, or is there anything else you'd like to do? Because this is a place, if you want to go shopping for some stuff, you can find pretty much anything you want, you're looking for probably here.
More thread.
Well, if I can afford it, let's see if that's. I am looking. Yes, I want to see. Do they have like armor and kind of what?
Yeah,
they
definitely.
might have? Cool. I'm gonna go looking for like an armor lender or whatever.
Lender? If I'm giving you armor, I'm not expecting it back.
I'll give it back, I promise.
Okay.
So an armor merchant. Okay. Anyone
Yes.
else? So Lydia's looking for some thread. How much did I tell you thread cost you last time?
Oh, dang.
'Cause I remember I
I
told
think it
you.
was 50 silver for the brush, and then like 25 silver for like 12 different spools. So I'm just trying to get colors that I don't have, different shades and stuff.
Okay. If you want to get additional shades of that you don't have, it'd be probably another 25 silver.
How much does a health potion cost?
You know, it'd be really nice if the Dungeon Master guide gave you an exact number of how much this should cost. It doesn't.
I think usually they go for 50.
It's like, yeah, normally that's what I saw them as, about 50
Yeah.
gold pieces.
Drith looks sadly in his wallet.
It's like, I want to heal my holes.
Just pour health potion in him. This will heal it right up.
Swiss cheese. So Kadiak is going to. So he had heard back up when he was with his tribe up north of a Morviran thing. It's a tool. It goes with his brewing tools. It was a quick aging barrel or a quick aging bowl, something like that, to help make booze faster, basically, whether it's, ale or whiskey or wine or what have you. If you stuck it in the cask, sealed it up really nice, and then it would age it a lot faster than it would normally take. And he's looking for one of those.
Actually, yeah. Is there a magic trinket shop?
Yep.
Magic item trinket shop. All right. Let's.
But I think Mike is referring to one. It's not a magic item. It's due to the tightness. Looking it up on Google, the tightness of how the bowl and everything that makes it.
Oh no, he was looking for a magic item.
No, you were looking for a magic one.
Yeah. No, I was looking for a tight cask instead of aging 50 years takes 50 minutes or 50 days or something like that.
How much gold do you think you have?
It's like, how do you want it? One, why do you want to cast a spell to age yourself faster? Two, yeah, how much gold do you think you have?
Well, I can answer that first one.
4
I've
million.
got 34 gold. I've got 34 gold, but no, Cat just trying to find it because he heard of this thing and he's like, maybe these guys have one.
Yeah, I mean, if you probably
He's proficient with brewing tools, so that's why, or brewer's tools.
If there's
he's like,
yeah, there's probably a potion of aging. Probably not as slight as you think, but it'd probably be like 3 or 4 years.
It's not for myself. Is it like a potion to put? Would you put the potion in the stuff?
Yeah, you put the potion. You'd either drink the potion straight, or you'd slip the potion into someone that you want to age. It's not cheap.
No.
He's
He's not trying to age someone. Yes, Fast wine, fast beer, fast ale, fast
Fast
whiskey.
food, alcohol.
Oh.
Food to go.
Oh,
I mean, that's not
I
really
was
a
like,
medieval
"No, I don't need a
concept.
I
potion."
just realized what he was talking about at the
I thought
same
you. I
exact
had
time.
no clue what you were talking about. I thought you were talking about making yourself age faster. I don't know how I got that out of what you were talking about.
Great prank.
His
I'm
alcohol.
just wondering.
No.
Future wakes up one day just like 80 years old. It's a great prank.
I mean, fast food isn't really a concept in the medieval world, so probably not really any fast food. It would be.
Rapidly age his alcohol. Not like drive through with
Yes.
McDonald's drive through and be like, hey, food's ready.
Not
You've
with
heard
cured
of
meats
50-year
or anything.
whiskey?
Yes. I'm so confused. Okay. All right.
Okay. This is what Catechus heard of. Catechus heard of a bowl or a barrel or vessel of some sort. That if you were to put a fresh batch of whatever drink, whether it's wine or whiskey or stout or whatever you have, into it and seal it, instead of taking 50 years for it to be ready and have it to be a good vintage, it will take a lot less time.
And you're looking for a magical one or a non-magical one?
And
Because
Magical
a
one.
magical one.
a magical one. Okay. Yes, such a thing would exist.
But not for 34 gold.
But not for 34 gold. Yes, such a thing does
Single.
exist. Yes.
Eric is looking to buy one right now. He's looking to see it in action and see if it actually works.
Yes, it exists. It's not cheap. And they generally don't do demonstrations because of how valuable it is.
Drith is gonna pick up some more paper and a couple quills and ink.
That'll
Yeah,
probably
I'll-
cost you about a silver to do that.
All right, sounds good.
And what type of magic armor or magic trinkets were you looking for, Corbett?
Oh, a bag of holding, because I'm sure I would at least know what those are, being noble and all. If there's anything around. Nice to have.
Yeah. They sell for 2,500 gold pieces.
We're going to the ruins. Gonna get all of it there. All right, I go back to the arbor shop though. I am curious if they got like a chain shirt or something.
Okay. I mean, yeah, they would have a chain shirt. It would cost whatever it says in the monster in the player's handbook.
Okay. All right. I was looking at it. Need a little more gold. We're going to the ruins to get some more gold.
So, who all wants to go to the ruins?
I want more gold. That's why I'd go.
Piotr is decidedly against that idea.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
So I'm guessing
Same.
so far it looks like
Very
Kadiok,
interesting.
Corvette, and Drith are gonna go to the
Well-
ruins.
We're splitting the party, y'all. Hopefully they don't die.
Wait, why
Kissing
are
a rock.
I don't know.
we ruins? It makes sense in a town, but
Sorry, what was that question?
Because
Adam?
Kadiok is a dwarf, and
what I said, why are we splitting the party to go to ruins? It makes sense if we're in a town.
Because they're in the ruins and they want to go and you guys don't.
Follow along.
Well, I mean, I'll go if they're gonna be dumb enough to do it.
I thought you were decidedly against it.
I mean, like, Piotr is
Stand
going.
your ground.
Piotr is going,
Okay.
but
Maybe you
he
can
thinks
teach me-
this is one of the stupidest things they've done and likely will do. But
The
I
cruise
guess
ships are great in the cave, I'm sure.
So
You can teach me the musical.
okay, so everyone except Jelania is going to the ruins, or is Jelania's going?
Everyone's gonna go. That I'm not gonna stick around by myself to get murdered by the profane guard in my lonesome.
Fair.
Seems like a bad idea.
What time of day is it also?
It's getting
like
it's getting
evening?
closer to evening. Probably about late afternoon, but the ruins are only like half hour away. So
We book it, and we probably won't find gold there. That's the only reason I'd go.
you can
But
always kiss the wall.
uh,
All right, so you
Kadiok's
all
heading out.
make your way out of the ruins after the really long
Out of the
crazy
ruins?
conversation with Kadiok.
That was a great
out of the
trip.
town. Sorry, make your way out of town and start heading towards the ruins. Drith excitedly leading the way, because he wants to see some ancient architecture. And so you make your way down. And again, it's not very far. It's only half hour away, and you're kind of disappointed by what you see. There's only barely passes for you'd say the definition of ruins. There's a few crumbling rocks. The main focal point is this giant. It's a giant building. That you see a few people funneling in and out of. Obviously, tourists who are coming to visit the mosaic for its luck, its property of luck. And you head inside, the building, and you see the mosaic.
It's just one building. Is there multiple rooms inside?
It's just one. You probably guess that there were multiple rooms at one point, but all that's standing is this one room that's holding the. The mosaic is on the wall. So you see the mosaic, and the mosaic is depicting, someone. It's depicting and Kadiak, upon examination, you can clearly tell these are not dwarven ruins. If anything, they're probably more along the lines of elven ruins. But people probably say dwarven ruins because dwarven ruins are more interesting. And the mosaic is clearly in an elven style as well, not a dwarven style, as it's an elven woman sitting on a chair. And coming out of the chair are these like dark lines coming out of the chair, and in the in between these lines you see people kind of standing, like holding up offerings to this woman. It's really weird. It's kind of lopsided. One side has a ton of people, and the other side only has like a smattering of people. And on the side where there's a ton of people, people's faces are like faded out, things like that. But it's wholly and completely like not dwarven. But it's really but there are there are people here, and as you're entering, a group of people are leaving, and you guys are left alone by yourselves in the mosaic room for a moment.
Well, this is not dwarven. And he starts pointing out all the characteristics of the elven style, and that's an elf. And
Yeah, she looks
if
like
we
my
were to
mom.
make something.
Cool, then are we done?
Wait, I have to kiss it.
Oh, that's such a bad idea.
This
I
is
want to
much
kiss it.
Oh,
It
you
is on
have
that
to-
thing?
Drith goes and kisses it.
So as Drith gets closer to the ruins, to the mosaic, you see that there's like a little, almost like splinter that has actually fallen out of the mosaic, and so like there's this piece missing in the mosaic, and so you go up, you plant your lips on the stone. It's cold, and you walk back.
Nobody liked that.
Yeah. And
Now
as
you've lost your afterlife.
as
Where's my
Now you're
shadow?
gonna appear on the wall.
Is this shadow gone?
his shadow is still there. So as as Drith is doing this, another group of people come in. They're fairly armed, obviously clearly adventurers, and they kind of like push you guys out of the way. Like, out of the way. One of them says, a big burly man. He says, "You don't steal all the luck for yourselves. We want some of this too." And he runs up and he grabs Drith by the shoulders and pulls him off the wall as he's kissing it. And he points to his companions like, "Quick, kiss it as long and hard as you can. We got to get all this luck." And they start, kissing the wall.
Apparently, some people can't do their jobs without luck. They don't have enough skill to do what they need to do.
I thought I had issues.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm just feel like I was gonna be offended, but these people are clearly insane.
Yeah.
If they need to look that bad, they definitely shouldn't be here.
Okay, well, let's go.
Or Luke,
On
Drift,
the, on,
challenge them for your honor.
on the mosaic, on the side with like the few people, how many are there?
Like 4 or 5.
It's not 6, so I don't care.
So I'm gonna tap the main guy in the shoulder and say, "Hey, I think I'm supposed to challenge you for my honor or something. Can you explain to me what's going on?"
Just get out of my way. I don't have time to deal with punks like you.
Okay. Hey guys, what does punk mean?
But you don't need to deal with these idiots. You're fine. You don't need to pull out something to measure it to know that it's bigger, okay? So we
Can't
can
don't-
go.
let that stand.
I don't know what you mean, but okay.
Your stick.
okay.
You don't need to measure your stick. No, it's bigger. Anyway.
Drip pulls out his quarterstaff.
Shall we be off, friends?
Pull up,
Yeah.
yes.
Kadiak is just gonna. Kadiak's just gonna tap the big guy on the shoulder and just start talking to him in their sand for a little bit, gesturing wildly, and then walk off.
The guy
And
just
then
looks confused.
walk off.
The guy just looks confused and then
I
turns
feel like
back
we're
and-
bullying this group of adventurers.
They started it.
So,
No, they're just stupid next to us. Let's go.
all right. So, you make your way back to the town. It's getting dark at this point. You head towards the inn. It will cost you about 10 silver a night to stay here for a person.
For each person.
Let me go subtract that.
So you sit down for the evening and to have a meal. Can I have someone give me perception checks?
No, you can't. That's for a prayer.
Preferably someone with inspiration who can not fail it.
I'll do it. I have +6 to perception.
I
Perception.
got a nat 20.
Okay, never
Awesome.
mind. I won't do it.
16.
You win.
16.
So
Okay.
nat 20, 26 total.
So Kadiak, as you are, you're sitting down, you overhear a group of people in the corner. You overhear, you don't overhear a lot because there's a big hubbub, but these are the snippets you overhear. More people gone. Strangers by near the ruins. Yeah, I saw them. Like they had these weird purple robes and silver masks and and then another group never came back from the ruins yesterday. I wonder where are they going? Are they just leaving town without us noticing?
Kadiak is going to whisper to the rest. They're talking about purple robes and silver masks. Do we care, or should we just get out of here?
Do we need to run into every group of them that we find?
We
My thought was, let's get out of here. We barely escaped the last ones.
The difference is they don't know that we're here, we assume. We still
Exactly.
don't
So
know
if
a
we
lot.
leave now.
But we don't know a
Yeah.
lot. If maybe we could snag one, they could tell us some stuff that we didn't know before.
This is fair.
That.
True.
Orbit,
Plus, if I can meddle in
what are your
anything,
thoughts?
if I can do anything to meddle with what they're doing, and
Are you okay facing them so soon, or would you be distracted?
oh, I am so ready.
All right. Let's get some sleep and head back in the morning. The food. They were saying they're up near the ruins.
I couldn't hear what you said, Mike. It was very fuzzy.
Did we get some food and sleep and head back up in the morning then? They were people back there saying they're at the ruins, of course. But
I want to go over and talk to the people because my eyes. Want someone to go ask them more details?
Okay.
Send the diplomat.
Piotr.
Yeah. Send me.
Here I am.
Yeah, go get some more information.
Piotr saunters over.
They all look up at you as you approach it. It's a group. It's a man and two women, and they look up at you. Can we help you?
Yeah, actually, I'm new in town. I overheard you talking about some people in masks, and I was curious to know more.
Just this weird
The going.
group of travelers. They appeared, got here a few days ago, and they went immediately for the ruins. And and they every once in a while someone claims to see them around there. But ever since they got here, the disappearances have gotten worse.
But they haven't disappeared.
I mean, not to our knowledge, but again, this is just hearsay and rumor. We just, people keep saying, that we saw them, and then one of the women, I saw them. I telling you, I went to go, went to the mosaic to do my, 7-year kiss, and I came back, and as I was walking back, I saw these people in the room, saw them.
Patrick, your audio dropped out.
Well, basically,
Or did for me.
This woman is saying that she saw them at the ruins.
Oh. Did you notice anything specific? Like what were they doing at the ruin?
They were just hanging around. They, I don't know. They when they came to town, they just bought some basic supplies and then went out. And that's it.
And you say that since they've shown up, these disappearances have gotten worse? When did the disappearances start?
The three people look at each other like they've said something they weren't supposed to. You've got to keep this quiet. The Mayor Leo really hates it when we talk about this kind of stuff. But the ruins bring good luck. Our town has had lots of fortune and lots of, riches come through here, but there's always been some disappearances around all around here. People just vanishing. At first, it was townsfolk, and then, a few generations ago, the mayor started spreading the rumors of the mosaic of Ermog that brought brought good fortune, and so tourists started coming, and now and then it was tourists that started disappearing, and we just been kept quiet because we, no offense, we'd rather tourists than our neighbors disappear. And
yes, of course.
And so it's just, but since those purple people showed up, it's just worse. Ow.
Okay. Yeah, that was like right through my earballs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please silence your cell phones during the movie. Thank you very much.
Anyway, but yeah, we've been told to keep quiet about it, and don't tell Leo we told you, because if he finds out, we're gonna have to pay some heavy fines.
Leo?
Yeah, Mayor Leo. You must have met him. He's always at the entrance trying to sell those trinkets.
That's the mayor?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was some vagrant.
Nope.
Anyway.
He lives on the biggest house on the hill.
Well, to be fair, I've never been to his house. but that's good to know.
It's a pretty nice house. He likes to hold parties there every once in a while.
By the way, a little word to the wise. Never trust a man named Leo.
Good to know.
Well, friend, you've given me a lot of good information. I'm just passing through to resupply and rest for a bit.
Well,
And I
certainly.
love getting to know about the goings on in the areas that I visit. So thank you. I'll tell you what. Probably be here a couple nights, or maybe I won't. But if I happen to be here and you see me, and you hear anything else about these people or these disappearances, would you do me a favor and drop me a line?
Like go fishing?
No, that's a turn of phrase from another universe. I mean, would you give me more information? And then Piotr tosses, how many are there?
3.
3 gold coins on the table.
Big spender. All right. They gratefully pocket the coins and say, certainly. We would be happy to give you any more information we have.
Thank you, friends. Piotr turns and goes back to his friends.
You know, I think I liked kissing the mosaic more than kissing Leo's cheek. I'll tell you what, guys.
I'm glad because as I've stated now, this is the 3rd time. You never trust a man named Leo.
Yeah, I wrote it down. Don't worry. I'm not going to forget that.
So,
You can get it tattooed on his arm right here.
It's just like this sleeve all over his forearm. Never trust a man named, and then he has to like flip it around to his underarm. Leo.
all right.
So, do we want to go and
You
look
want
at this
people
stuff
future,
right
I
now?
say.
Or do we want to do it in the morning? Or do we want to do it at all?
Or do we want to go pay?
I would say some rest.
Rest for now is probably a good idea. But I think we should definitely investigate from as far off as possible, though. It would be my vote.
Has Drith had his owl out and around us today?
Oh, that's good. Actually, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how find familiar. Do the spell once, and then I always have my familiar, or do I have to cast it every time to summon Owlister?
So as far as I know, because we
As
have
far
someone
as-
in my campaign with it, you summon it the one time. You can click him in and out of like a pocket dimension or whatever whenever you want. But if he dies, then you have to cast the full hour-long spell again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that he has been resting on my shoulder, and no one has made a comment on it. That's all that's happened.
Just like, oh, drift.
We'll say he gave
No.
Leo a little peck too when when Drith leaned in to kiss Drith leaned in to kiss Leo.
So there's this bird.
Oh yeah, sorry, I haven't introduced to Owlister. Say hi, Owlister.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So is it a pet?
Oh no, it's
Good.
my familiar. He's I can see through his eyes, and then I close my eyes and I like have Owlister like turn his head like all the way around. Yeah, he's a cool little guy here.
So in theory, you could send this little bird to go to the ruins and see what's there when there's no one else.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's good at that kind of stuff. Yeah, he's really cute too. If you ever want to pet him, he's pretty friendly.
I'll wait. I'll
Okay.
wait.
Okay.
Piotr reaches out and strokes him like under the chin. Well, Drith, I think we've got a task for your familiar friend.
Okay.
We're wanting more information about that mosaic. Sorry, and kind of the people who frequent it, particularly these people in the mask. If we can get more information on them, so if he could hang out there, that'd be great.
All right. You heard him. You heard him, Alistair. Fly off, my friend. I should probably leave him to a window first, though.
Are we, going outside for that, or?
Or, wait until we get upstairs to our room and open the window there, or is just going to go flap, flap, flap in the middle of the dining room and just fly out the door?
It's
fucking Walmart.
It's gonna be the scene from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone where he just carries him out on his arm and then he flies away.
Oh yeah. What color is he?
He is a barn owl.
Oh, cute. Cute stuff. Okay.
Wait, I don't know my owls. Is
Barn
that a
owls
color?
are the best owls. I'm sorry, that was not a color.
My barn owls are kind of like.
I mean, we're all on
Why?
the internet. We can Google it. What does a barn
Yes.
owl look like?
Barn owl.
They kind of have like a ghost face.
Oh, that is cute.
Yeah, he's a cute little guy.
All right. I like that better than the plan I was thinking of earlier. So,
So you're gonna.
And Alistair can talk to me if we're in 100 feet.
this will not be 100 feet.
No.
Yeah, this will not be 100 feet. But okay, so you're gonna send Alistair now.
Yes, I'm gonna walk out and send him off.
All right. So luckily for you, owls have night vision, so they can see pretty clearly in the night. So you make your way. So you make your way through Alistair's eyes as he flaps out into the night over the town, over the woods, and down towards the ruins. It's a lot faster for him to get there rather than the half hour it took you guys to trek. Since he can fly, it only takes him probably like 10-ish minutes or so to get there. Probably less than that. I don't know. I'm not good. A plot appropriate amount of time for Alistair to get over there. And he flaps down. What exactly are you having them look for?
Just looking around for people in purple robes and the silver masks if they're around or showing up.
Okay. So while he's diving down, you can see a campfire a little distance north of the ruins, probably to the northwest of the ruins, with people gathered around it.
Guys, I think I got something.
What do you see? What do your elf eyes see?
What do your
Your
elf
owl's
owl
eyes
eyes
see.
see?
I see a campfire a little northwest of the ruins. It's like glowing in the distance. That's probably our people. Should I go further and
Right.
investigate?
Yes, because it could also be those morons that were at the mural today.
Okay, I will go ahead and make a moron check. So I'm gonna have Alistair fly closer.
Give me a stealth check for Alistair.
All right, let me look
What if
up.
they try to kill him and eat him?
That's fine. I can summon him again.
Oh
That's
yeah, it's a
odd.
familiar. I was like, oh, that's sad. I'll
Sweet.
just replace.
So he rolled an 11.
And I rolled a nat 20.
Good
Ooh.
gravy, Patrick.
So, he approaches, and you can clearly see they're not wearing masks currently. But you do see masks lying to the side, but they are wearing the purple robes.
Don't
You
they
can
know we're
see-
in a pandemic?
Ah.
Um,
I was gonna say I admire their dedication to wearing these purple robes all the time and never wearing anything else. No casual Fridays in the Profane Guard.
so yeah, so they are wearing, and one of them notices I notice Alistair approaching, and you hear, "Hey, look, target practice!"
Oh no!
This bolt of fire blasts up at Owlister and hits Owlister for 7 points of fire damage.
Okay, well, he had 1 hit point. So,
So he's done.
so guys, Alistair's dead.
Wait. So does the familiar like dematerialize when it dies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, we've been found.
Or maybe they're just like, wow, I hit it really hard with fire and it burned into ashes or something, maybe. Hopefully.
I'd say 7 times its max HP kill.
Yep. All right.
Well, we know
Did
where
we get
to
a
find them now.
Did we get a see of how many there were?
You saw Alistair saw 3.
We could take 3.
It was easy. And we only need 1.
But probably,
We only need 1.
health mission.
Do we go now?
I mean, we had a long rest after the bunny attack, right?
Only
So,
been a day of travel.
Everyone should be at full health.
Yep.
Yes.
What do you think, Artyom? We're a big group of not very sneaky people.
Yeah, I mean, if we're trying to catch them, and by sneaking up on them, we're not going to catch them. If we charge into them, then we will catch them.
Good point. Good point.
Okay.
Rebuttal? Anyone?
Nope.
Do we go now or wait till morning?
Well, we know where they are now.
Mm-hmm.
They might move in one stroke.
Well, I guess so. The only other thing is Piotr cannot see in the dark. Right?
That is true. Unless
might
there's
be a bit
something
of a
else you're hiding from us.
Piotr's an ASMR too, guys.
Spoilers, we all are.
It's the party trope.
Alistair's eyes glow gold.
All right.
So that's the thing, is it will be a little less sneaky if we have to have a light for you. But if we're not trying to be sneaky anyway, then we can just go ahead and do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the
Actually,
possibility that if more than 3, they just weren't there.
that's true.
Did
Is it?
your friends at the table
What
see
was your
more?
Sorry, what did you say?
The people at the table you were talking to, did they give you a number?
DM, did they?
Just said a group.
No, they just said a group. A plot appropriate amount of group.
Plot appropriate sized group is how you would say that.
Amount of group, actually. is.
That's a new party name. The plot appropriate amount.
Plot appropriate party.
The plot,
But-
as it were.
Or the PAs.
Yes.
Okay, do we go now? Who wants to go now?
I
Well,
have
let's
an
go
idea,
now.
though.
They killed
Maybe.
Alistair.
What's your idea?
Since I'm the only
What's your
one.
idea?
Sorry, I think I was talking over someone.
You're good.
Or
Go
not.
What's
ahead.
your
Okay.
plan?
All right. Maybe, and feel free to correct any misconception that may have rooted itself inside my brain. Maybe if I hung back, say 60 feet with a light so that I could see, it would distract them so that the rest of you could rush forward and surprise them. Since I need to have light anyway, and I tend to hang back anyway, I don't know. Could work.
I think that's a great plan.
Should we try and like circle around and come from all sides?
Yeah, he can be singing a number from our new musical, and have a light, and that would sure distract them.
I'm actually thinking of a poem right now that Liam Piotr is going to write about their interaction with Leo. Subject to change. It's been like reverberating inside my brain for like 2 minutes.
All right. Okay. So make sure that
Let's
I
do it.
understand the plan. You're gonna go out, surround them. Piotr is gonna distract them with a light and a poem.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not literally going to say it because I only have like one line. And
Nope. I now want you to really say it.
all right.
Okay.
We'll vamp so you can have time to write it.
All right.
Blah, 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 blah.
So you make your way out of the town again. So as you're making your way out of the town, Anya, you feel something bump into your leg.
Great. Okay.
And when you look down, you see a small girl with red skin and horns and black eyes looking up at you, tears in her eyes. Have you seen my parents?
No.
I'm sorry, you look like me, so I thought that I could trust you. My parents came here looking for luck, and they went to the mosaic, and they haven't come back. Can you help me find them?
How old does this girl look?
Just looks probably like 5 or 6, really little.
Yeah. So I kind of I don't crouch down to her level. I kind of lean down over her, like a little bit intimidating, but not like in a terribly mean way. And I would say in Infernal, I'll talk to her. You're not going to be able to do anything about this. I can try. Go back inside and wait. If you don't see me in the morning, there's probably nothing that can be done.
Boo!
Little girl.
I'm not a kid person. I'm not good with children.
The little girl looks like
You're off me.
little girl looks like she's about to cry, and then she looks up at you, and you hear an adult woman's voice say, "You will regret this," and she disappears.
Boy.
Did she say that you'll regret this in a woman's voice? The girl? Or wasn't in Anya's head?
None of the rest of you noticed this. Only Anya did.
Oh, we can't have like turned around when we heard the weird infernal speaking. Okay.
No, you didn't see it. You turned if you turned around to see Anya speaking to someone, there was no one there. Anya wasn't talking to anyone. All right.
I've unlocked the bad ending.
So, you make your way towards the ruins, towards where you last, to where Owlister sacrificed its life to find the Profane Guard members. And when you arrive, so you arrive in the general area where you thought you were, and everyone give me perception checks.
17. Or sorry,
17.
20. 20, not nat.
Okay.
9.
8.
19.
Okay, Artyom.
8.
If you got a 12 or higher, you can hear in the distance the sounds of voices, and as you get closer, you can pick it out. You can pick some of them out. One of them saying, "I hit it with the bolt of fire right up there. It should have landed down here." Well, it's clearly not here. So we need to look, so let's just go back to camp and go to sleep. No, I want some of its feathers. I think it'd be really cool to stick in my flute and make, just like tie around my flute and hang off the feathers. But you just keep going on about the dang flute. You don't even know how to play it. Shh, you need to be quiet. You're going to attract something that's going to come eat us. I'm tired, and you have me out here looking for a stinking. And they just keep arguing for a little bit. Clearly not paying attention to your presence at all. Probably not even expecting anyone to be out here, honestly. But
Is it the two people or is it all three of them?
it's just the two.
Okay. Kill them fast and get the other one. That's
Sorry,
my plan.
I heard.
Or
something.
kill one, take the other.
Well, then we leave the other one out to wander around and do something.
That's true. That's
Knock one of them
Kill them both.
unconscious.
Okay, so how are we positive these people are bad guys again?
I mean, they're
Uh,
wearing purple robes, so
They killed Alistair.
That's a death wish right there. But he brings up a good ethical question. I've already murdered one person.
They murdered nature.
Are they currently wearing purple robes and we can get a positive ID that they are enemy combatants?
Currently wearing purple robes, yes.
What about
maybe
Silverface?
they're just in a gospel choir.
And we're just like stabbing. It's like that scene in the Holy Grail, the Monty Python Holy Grail, when Sir was it Galahad like rushes the castle and just starts stabbing everyone, and then it was just a huge misunderstanding.
I think Caveat can go talk to them and see what's up,
Well-
see if they are.
We could have Piotr
Or-
go talk to him because he's got the
Yeah,
light.
he was the distraction, so.
Wait, who am I talking to? I
The
blanked on
The
something.
two people.
Just make sure that they're who we think they are.
Okay,
We're whispering this.
this is the signal. I wrote my poem. So if you hear this in this order, then you attack. Otherwise you don't. 'Twas a tavern night in scarlet light. I approached the backlit trio, mid robed masked men and bad omens. Never trust a man named Leo.
Oh wow, that's
That's
awesome.
Great poem.
The second to last
quite
line
good,
took
yes.
me forever to write. I was like, and I was trying to pay attention to what was going on at the same time.
That's
I
a
was like,
great
my
poem.
brain.
It's like, it seems like a lot to say while someone is trying to kill you. It gives them a lot of time to kill you before someone comes to save you.
Maybe just never trust a man named Leo.
How about
Or
you shout?
maybe I'm being stabbed.
That should,
I don't know.
That should be your guys' warning sign from now on. Never trust a man named Leo.
I love it. I love it.
All right. So,
Okay.
Piotr, you're going to go talk to them?
Yes.
So you start walking up to where they are, and they're arguing, and
Just so we know ahead of time, I want to. How far does the light extend? Like, how far is it, like, easy to see?
I mean, it's the light spell. That's 60 feet, isn't it?
Oh, is it a light spell? Oh,
That's what I assumed.
Okay.
Oh, unless he's using a different form of light.
that's fine. In that case, I want to be just outside of range, like as close as I can get without being in any of the light.
Okay.
So 60 feet, if possible.
All right.
Wait, be 120 just in case they get dark vision.
Fine.
Very valid.
All right. So you approach, and they're arguing still, and one of them, you're coming up on the back of one of them. One of them sees and just taps his friend on the shoulder and points, and they turn around. They're stopping. They kind of hold out their hands like, hold up there. Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh, sorry. I was just going for a walk in the foothills here, and I saw your guys's your fire, and you look kind of out of the way here. I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't need any help or anything.
Oh, we're just camping out here in the woods. We had been checking out the ruins, the mosaic, and we decided to camp here rather than spend money and stay at the tavern.
Free is always better than a tavern. Well, I mean, to each their own. I kind of disagree with that statement that I just uttered, but yeah. So what are you? You're here to see the mosaic. I've heard a lot of hubbub about that thing. What's so special about it?
It's supposed to bring 7 years of good luck. So they say. I haven't noticed anything since we visited it.
How long's it been?
A few days.
Are you aware of statistical bias? Out of character, no idea if that's an actual term.
Can't say I've ever heard of statistical bias.
So you live 365 days in any given year, and it's only been 3 of those, less than 1%. Maybe you just need to give more rolls of the
Can
dice.
we help you? Are you lost? Are you?
No, I'm not lost. I came from that way, behind me. He just kind of motions backwards, away from where his friends are hiding. I just, again, I was out in the foothills, wanted to make sure you didn't need any help.
I think we want you to come with us. You can go take a visit to the mosaic. They start
Okay.
getting close.
I love
start getting closer to you.
Wait, out of character. Did they agree on a signal?
Yeah, just shout Leo.
Yeah, Leah.
Turns around, face up, and says, Leo!
Okay. All right. Roll initiative. You guys will have surprise advantage. So you'll get to take a round before they do.
That one.
Who got the nat one?
Love when I roll good.
I did.
Oh, sorry.
Howdy,
RTM, what'd you get?
3.
Anya?
22.
Very nice.
Okay, at
Corbett.
least someone's going first.
3 also.
Drift.
And
15.
Okay, Piotr.
23.
And then Artyom or Corvette, who wants to go first?
our team, you can.
All right, so Piotr will be first, followed by Jelania, followed by Drith, followed by Zabatis, followed by Artyom, followed by Corvette, followed by Kadiak. All right, Piotr, you're first. Jelania, you are on deck.
I'm looking up a spell real quick. Is disengage an action or a bonus action?
It's an action. This is not Baldur's Gate 3.
Darn it. Sorry. Okay. How much space is between me and them?
About 5 or 10 feet.
Okay. Between me and them, I am going to cast Cloud of Blades.
Okay.
Let me make sure that's the actual Cloud of Daggers, sorry. Yeah, so if they step into that square, they take 4d4 slashing damage.
5 foot square?
We'll see if that was a waste or not.
I mean, we'll keep them away from you at the very least.
And then Piotr is going to... So they're not in range, right? Like, I'm not in their range.
No. Well, not within their physical reach.
Okay, so I'm just going. Piotr's just going to turn around and run.
All right. It is now the turn of Jelania with Drith on deck.
Nice. So it's just the two of them I can see, right?
Yep.
Great. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try this. How far away are they? Can I close with just my movement?
Did you decide to be within 60 feet? Not 60, 30.
I would have.
Were
Yeah, I
you
would've
trying to
figured
stay?
so.
Were you trying to stay out of the light, or did you not care? The big question.
I was kind of thinking that I would want to circle around to like come from behind.
Okay. Then yeah, you can. We can say you can close.
Okay.
The only one I'm concerned about at this point is Corvette, who was trying to stay 120 feet away.
Oh, I was listening to RTM. Don't worry, we got something.
Cool. So what I want to do is I want to run up to the one that's closest to me and try and use a shove attack to like knock them down.
Okay.
Knock them into the blades.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that, huh?
You could.
I'll try and do that first and just to, like shove them into the blades.
Okay. So
That's athletics, yeah.
Yep.
18.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. I don't have players shove very often.
It's not
sure
like Baldur's
like
Gate 3 where you
yeah,
just kind of
strength.
push
Okay,
people
contested
up.
by their strength, athletics. Okay. Yeah, you got a what?
18?
18. Okay. Well, you succeeded, and you pushed them into the cloud of daggers.
Yes.
All right, and. Okay.
Should I roll for that?
Yeah, roll the 44 slashing damage.
Nice.
Very
And I
nice.
believe a shove attack is just an attack. It's
Yeah,
not an
so
action, right?
Yeah, so it's an attack, and you can still use your extra attacks too if you decide to.
Cool. I think, yes, I do need to actually do it that way. I'll need to use I'm going to use my other 2 attacks on the other guy.
Okay. Cool.
We don't get advantage on them for them being surprised, do we?
I think you do. Let me double check.
Yes. Well, great. 16 for the first attack, and a 16 for the second attack.
Okay, that'll hit.
8 points of silvered piercing damage and 5 points of non-magical piercing damage. No, slashing damage.
Okay.
That's
So that's 8 slashing. Should I roll for both of them?
The only one got pushed in.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you did. So Piotr did 8 to one of them, and you did 9 and 8 is what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
No, 9 and 5.
9 and 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cool. All right. So the one who
speaking
gets. No, go ahead.
Sorry. Speaking is a free action, right?
On your turn, it's a free-ish action. Just don't speak for more than 6 seconds.
Okay. Okay, never mind. We will wait till my turn.
Okay. So the one who gets pushed into the daggers just starts laying out this scream. So he's getting torn to shreds by these daggers, and the other one is very shocked and surprised as Jelania's blades slice and dice. It is now the turn of Drith with Artyom on deck.
Okay, so Drith is going to cast Call Light. And so I have a bit of a, not a retcon, but I misunderstood the spell a little earlier when I was attacking the rabbits. So what I do with Call Lightning is I summon a storm that is 60 feet, that has a 60-foot radius, and I can call lightning from anywhere within that storm that hits, and it has like a 5-foot radius. So if you want to retcon and say that Drith actually did get eaten by bunnies, then I completely understand.
Totally fine. The bunnies are dead.
I was wondering.
I was wondering too.
so-
but-
Really big ones.
Yeah, so Drith is gonna like reach his hand up to the clouds and then like summon a storm around these guys, and then he's gonna say, "Owlet Alistair says hello, and then he's gonna strike the guy that shot Alistair with lightning.
Okay.
He has to make a DC 14 Dexterity save.
All right. He failed.
All right. Okay, so he takes 17 points of lightning damage.
Yeah. So describe his death to us.
Oh no.
Okay.
Flute on flute violence.
Yeah. So he's gonna get struck by lightning, and then his flute is gonna catch fire, and that's gonna cause the rest of them to catch fire in the same way that Alistair died.
Okay. All right, Artyom. There's only one guy left. He's the guy.
Don't mess with Drift.
Throwback to seminary.
He's the guy in the cloud of daggers, by the way.
Oh. Well, if he's in a cloud of daggers, I guess I'm not gonna smack him. I'll just pull down some Sacred Flame on him. He's got to make his dexterity saving throw of 16 or higher, or take 1d8 radiant damage.
And if he starts his turn in that cloud, he also takes 40.
44. Yep. He failed.
6.
All right. Roll your damage. Oh, 6. That's your damage. Ugh. And then he would technically start his turn since he's surprised he doesn't get to take an action. So roll your 44.
Oof. I'm sad. I wanted to make him surrender.
We don't know where the other guy is, so we might be.
I'm on it.
doing
I'm
our
on
only
it.
source of information.
At least one more.
Where'd my D4 go? 8 again.
All right. He's looking pretty bad. Corvid, it's your turn.
What direction can I see like the campfire glow where the third guy should be?
You're not
No.
close enough for that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just run till I'm 60 feet away from the guy, and yeah, probably take my dash action.
Okay.
For that. So. Yep.
I was giving you a hard time. You didn't actually have to start 120 feet away from him if you didn't want to. I was just giving you a hard time because of the conversation we'd had.
No, I had Eldritch Blast, so I could have shot him, but if he survives, if we pull him out and make him surrender right now, it's like, all right, I don't need to
Okay. All right.
blast him. So.
All right, Kadiak, it's your turn.
Eldritch Blast is a lot.
Does anybody have like a cane to like
Yeah.
pull him, like reach and pull him out?
I can just grapple him.
But then you'd take 44.
You could just cancel your spell.
Oh yeah, I could do that. Can I do it not on my turn?
Nope. That's
It's a 5-foot square, right?
Yeah, it's 5 foot square, so it's just that one space he's in.
5-foot square, right?
No, I mean, you still have to
Yeah,
stick
so
your
I can grapple him adjacent and not get sliced.
I would probably argue you take half damage if you're
It's a
sticking your hand into the cloud of daggers. Maybe not full damage since your full body's not in there, but
too.
it's not a deck slave. It's automatic. I mean, it's this cloud of daggers just whirling around. Like, I'd like to see you dodge that.
I literally just got that, and I was like, I wonder when I'm going to use this. And then I was like, right now.
All right, well, either way, I'm gonna grapple him because you said he's looking pretty bad, right?
Yeah, he's probably he's gonna die.
Okay, cool. Then I will grapple him.
Okay. All right, make your check for grappling.
It's athletics, right?
Yep. Make
That's a net 20,
No, it's
27
a special.
total.
It's just a melee attack, not an athletic check.
I keep
thought it
the
was
net 20.
athletics.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm reading it. I
It's-
don't have people grapple people very often, so.
Mm.
I know. I'm trying to use more diverse
Okay,
skills than just
you're good.
iPad.
Yeah, so it's a strength athletics versus a strength athletics. So
Okay, well, I got a nat 20, 27 total.
Okay, yeah, and they don't have much strength. They're priests. So they are. He is grappled. Do you want
Great.
to?
I'm gonna pull him out
Okay. All right, so you pull
and
him
then
out.
just basically kneel on his back, sort of deal.
All right. Get off
Hold
me!
him down.
He starts saying, "Get off me!"
Make me. Make me.
He's kind of struggles, but he's lost a lot of blood. He's very cut up, and he's just sitting there like, "Who are you people?"
Well, I am Rod. He doesn't want to give him his room.
And you like to party?
I love to party. I'm just some dude who was wandering the hillside, and you tried to kidnap me.
Bull.
Why'd you do that? Huh?
We need more sacrifices.
Well, are we talking like sacrifice makes the world go? Wait, is there a turn of phrase with? Anyway, anyway, I don't want to be sacrificed, so that's not very nice. So, who were you gonna sacrifice me to?
Your mother.
Kick him.
Yeah, right in the nuts. He's carrying like cashews in his hand.
He is coughing up blood.
I'm on top of him. I can just put his face in
What position is he in
Oh,
right
I'm
now?
just gonna
Like,
hold him
what's the
close to-
setup?
He's on his stomach. Kadiak's
So-
knee is on his back. Probably his hands
Where's
being
my
held
picture?
I'm
behind
gonna
him.
shift his head back towards.
That's not very
I'm gonna shift his
nice.
head back towards the cloud of daggers when he says "Yo, Baba."
Is that a way to address the man who saved your life?
Saved my life. You tried to kill me.
Well, you
Oh,
did
yeah,
the
that's
same,
true.
so I mean, don't be a hypocrite.
Yeah, you started it.
All right. I'm going to step forward. I've had enough of this. I'm going to cast healing word and restore
Zone of truth.
3 hit points. And then because I'm a life cleric, I think that's actually 6. And then I am going to cast I'm going to cast Fast Friends. Where did it go? I literally was just looking at it. When you cast a spell, choose one humanoid within range that can see and hear you and that can understand you. The creature must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become charmed by you for the duration, which is up to an hour. While the creature is charmed in this way, it undertakes to perform any services or activities you ask of it in a friendly manner to the best of its ability. You can set it new tasks when a task is completed, or if you decide to end its task, if it might cause harm to the creature and it conflicts with the creature's normal activities and desires, you can make another wisdom saving throw to try to end the effect. That save is made with advantage if we're fighting the creature or the activity result in certain death. The spell would end. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you.
Okay. It failed its wisdom saving throw, as your DM can't roll worth.
Good. I'm going to push Kadiak off, and I'm going to reach down and offer him my hand to pick him up.
He grabs your hand. Thanks. That was gonna
You're welcome.
kill me.
Well, don't worry. We're friends here, except for that dwarf. Yeah. So, man, I mean, remind me, why are we here again? Like, what are we doing? Like, we got attacked by these bunch of yahoos over here, and I got hit in the head really hard by that crazy one with the flute. He hit me with the flute. I just forgot a lot.
Well, I mean, we're here because the council asked us to. witch in the witch in those ruins is trying to prepare sacrifices for when we bring the Dark Lord back.
Oh yeah, what the witch? What was her name?
Her name was Yeltsova.
Oh yeah,
What?
man, I forgot a lot. How do you spell that?
YELTSOVA.
So bringing the which Dark Lord are we bringing back?
Morpheus.
Morpheus. Oh yeah. All hail Morpheus, Satan. No.
I don't think Artem's very good at this.
Um, we're bringing Morpheus back because of some witch in the ruins. So who are we sacrificing and how?
Well, I mean, we've just been helping her do her usual shtick. She lives inside her mosaic. She brings, when people come by, she captures them and puts them inside, and she slowly absorbs the energy from their souls. But we told her to ramp it up because we wanted her to have some good energy for when the Dark Lord came back, so that she could offer it up to him.
And how do we get inside?
She has to bring you inside. It's
What
part of the
is there?
spell.
Is there a secret word, or how do we remind her that hey, we're on?
She normally waits for individuals to be inside the mosaic, room by themselves, and she brings them inside. But lately, she's been able to bring whole groups in.
Okay.
Just have to stand there, and she brings them in.
Right. Yeah, I remember. I remember that now. We got that one last bunch of people from the town. Yeah,
I don't know. We've just been here to monitor it and make sure that no one screws it up.
Oh, okay. So, how many kidnappers do we have again?
None. They just
None.
walk up. They just offer themselves up, kiss
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah. They just poof. I remember.
Okay, he's gonna make his wisdom saving throw again because now you're being kind of sus. He's gonna fail again. Oh no, he has advantage. He's still gonna fail.
No, only if we're trying to kill him.
No, it says he has advantage the next time he tries to make the throw. I looked at it.
It says the save is made with advantage if you or your companions are fighting the creature.
Well, it doesn't matter. 'Cause
We're
she failed
fighting
either.
them.
Failed either way.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, and then there's you. There's poor Toasty Fried over there. There's me. And there's that one other guy. Are we missing anybody? I mean, I'm brand new here. Remember how many?
Nope.
How many are in our detachment?
Just us three.
Just us three. Okay.
Three. There's only. He starts gripping his head because now the information's not adding up, and he's gonna make another check. And he's gonna fail again because I can't roll today.
Yeah.
So there are the three of us who are around, and we took out one of their guys. See that guy on the floor over there?
Oh, that guy.
But
He looks like Core. I swear I know him.
no, I'm Core, man. I'm Core.
Are you?
Yeah.
Huh.
Don't worry about it. I paid these guys off. That's why we're still okay.
All right.
All right. So there's you and me and Captain Jim Bob Sherwood over there, and so how close are we to the end of the ritual? Like, I want to go home.
This isn't one of the rituals.
No, I mean feeding the witch, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean this isn't one of the rituals. She's just gathering power. I don't know what the rituals are at. The sacrifices are at.
That's unfortunate.
They don't.
I'm kind of tired of doing the grunt work, aren't you?
They don't tell us grunts anything. We
Yeah.
have to go out and do the work for the council.
Where did they ship you out from?
I mean, I came from Ostrava originally. I had been in Cordovan up to this point.
Yeah. Well, I was in the branch in Edelheim. Where's the Cordovan hideout? I got a buddy who joined up over there.
I'm getting very strict instructions that I can't tell anyone if you're not there.
Oh, come on, man. You know me. It's Core. We
Yeah.
share streets. You shot that bird out of the air, and I laughed about it.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
I am keeping my eyes out for the last person, just so you know. I kind of moved on.
This has been an introduction to gaslighting with Ready to Roll.
I got 15.
You got 15K. All right. Give me a second. The Katenkov house. It's been our. It's
Oh, they can take. They're. I didn't know they were part of the crew.
I mean, I'm not supposed to talk about that detail. That's one.
Oh, hush, hush. We've been together for how long now?
Only a few days.
Right. All right. So, you came from Ostrava. How did you get involved? 'Cause me, I was just tired of all that Silhana this, Silhana that. Well, they're so righteous, but they're oppressing the people, keeping us all down. And I think it's time for a change.
I mean, I've been, Dad was part of it. I've been part of it. When I was old enough, Dad introduced me. Just kind of how I've been.
All right. Well, yeah, I appreciate you catching up. Let me go talk to these guys. Oh, man, is there another one of those birds up there? Do you think you can hit it?
He looks up and doesn't see anything, obviously.
Mace smashed to the back of the head.
Roll damage because he's not expecting it.
You're going to make me roll damage to kill him?
He doesn't have a lot of hit points left. Just roll.
Are you trying to kill him or unconscious him?
Nope, I'm trying to kill him. He's a bad guy.
Nope, then probably very much dead.
I got a 10.
Yeah, he's dead. So he just crumples down to the ground. Very much dead. Brain smashed in. Everything.
I'm going to shake the brains off, and I'm going to walk over and get in Kadiak's face and say, that's how you do it. You don't have to sit on him.
Wow, Cord, that was really convincing.
He accidentally gaslit Griff.
Well, cool. So yeah, there's still the other guy in the camp, but you do know what's going on in the ruins now.
Well,
You can't first.
real quick, what was the name of the Cordovan house thing?
Katenkov.
Does that ring any noble bells?
Does
Good
it?
Give
question.
me a history check, Corvette.
I
If you want Piotr.
and
Not 20, so 24.
one other noble friend of ours.
Yeah, I mean, Corvette, you've heard the name. The name was the father Rostislav, was is the Baron of Cordovan, and yeah, he had a few kids. That's pretty much all you've heard. They're a smaller noble family, so not much.
So they're involved, or I heard a scream over here and I missed that little part.
You're good. No, he said that he wasn't allowed to speak about the involvement of the Katenkov family.
Okay.
All right.
I'll search the bodies for money.
All right. So they have on them 10 silver pieces between the two of them.
Are we ever gonna find a lot of money someday?
Someday.
Piotr's gonna why couldn't they have been gold mules or something?
We gotta go visit your father.
Piotr's gonna speak up. Should we take their robes just in case we need disguises later on?
One of the robes has been torn to crap because of your cloud of daggers. The other one was
Yep.
stabbed by Jelania.
We will disguise ourselves as injured people. No.
Hey, Jelania, you have the thread and needle.
I
If you
could try and
could,
fix it.
At least this one.
It might take a while.
We got
If we're trying to disguise ourselves, or I can also do that by myself.
Wonderful. But it'd be good to have a couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking
have
if we want to do
summer
that
masks?
now, just to have a couple of us go back to the other one. So I mean, there was a storm and lightning and things that, and now his friends are gone. Maybe we
I do
should.
think we can't leave. Could we just let him go? I don't think so.
No.
No,
No.
because then they know.
Okay.
Yeah. So do we disguise ourselves then? Or at least a couple of us, and then everyone else can hide.
We can only really disguise one of us. Well, everyone.
Wait. Hold on. I reach into my bag and I pull out the silver mask that I have. I'm like, one of us could get up close, actually. Until he recognizes it's not one of his buddies.
I could do it.
Okay.
I can do it.
I mean, none of them were female, though.
Like that?
And you
Okay,
sound
none.
distinctly
He doesn't
female.
need- oh,
So then I close my eyes again and like whisper a little bit of infernal stuff and just like transform myself to look like Core with the robes and everything.
Okay. Did everybody start multi-classing?
Nope, I have never multi-classed.
That is a tiefling feature.
While everybody's discussing, I'm
My
going
dad taught me how to do this.
to drag
Impressive.
bodies together, and I'm just going to hold a sacred flame on them until they burn into nothing. Because I ain't about to just let their bodies sit out and get eaten, even if they are bad guys.
All right.
Did you take
I
the
hand the
masks off
mask.
first? Please?
Yeah, I figured
They-
y'all already stole
Right.
all their stuff.
They didn't have their masks on them.
They didn't have masks on.
Oh, I have those.
So those are around the fire. According
Okay.
to
Alistair.
Alistair.
Cool. All right. So, for time's sake, we do need to end it there. We'll pick up with you guys trying to go talk to the dude in the campfire by himself. So thanks everyone for coming out and watching. It's been a lot of fun. Just a quick reminder that about Lydia's stream, one shot on Monday. Go check that out. It's Stay at Home DM on Twitch. Also ready to roll. Not ready to roll. Ready to roll, but rehash the rolls next Wednesday. And so ask her, go drop your questions in the Rehash the Rolls channel in either the Duck Pond Discord or the Stay at Home DM Discord, and someone will be there to answer those up. Answer questions. I was reading Dread Pirate Lemon's comment, RTM leveled up in gaslighting in the chat, and so that's why I said someone will be there to answer those up. Anyway, I will be back on Friday with Dead by Daylight streams, and so we'll be back. We'll be resuming our regular streaming schedule. Thanks everyone for coming out. It's been a lot of fun. We will talk with you later. Bye guys.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.